Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Honey Flow Talk Show. It's been a little minute, took a bit of a break for a while. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome, Facebook, and of course, YouTube as well. We're here on Twitch under DJ Honey Flow TS, which is my original page for my talk show. Also, have a new page, which is my DJ page under DJ Honey Flow Music. So, feel free to add those pages as well. The next guest wanted to have her on for a while. She does a lot of different things, that we see her on, of course, online. She's a gamer, a streamer on Twitch too. So, it's going to be an interesting conversation. She's originally from Illinois and she resides in Indiana. So we're going to definitely chop it up about, her gaming, how she got into it. There's definitely a lot of female gamers on Twitch. I believe there's over 10 million. Can you guys believe that? 10 million streamers on Twitch, about 140 million people that watch Twitch. So it's not as large as YouTube yet, but I really do believe that these apps are definitely the future, taking over TV and the things that we used to do, right? So when I watch her shows, I love it. She's got like the sweetest, I think she's got one of the best voices on Twitch. And also when she partners with people, and she's got like such a sweet voice to her. It's like a Jilly from Philly voice, and then she's blowing up things in the games and she's shooting up people, but she's so sweet. And then I'm like, oh, that's so cool, a lady with guns, of course. And she's actually really, really good at gaming, guys. So I feel like she could give the men here online a run for their money. So let's bring in, her name is Bladeistruth. Make sure you guys add her online here. And let's bring her in. And how you doing? We got Nerd Chris in the building and Psalmist 4. I see you guys. Good to see you guys. So let's bring her in and, just learn a little bit more about her as well. Hey, how you doing?
Hi, Honey Flo. How are you?
See, do you guys not hear that voice? Do you guys not hear that voice? Has anyone ever told you that before?
Yeah.
You hear it a lot?
Just on here. So surprisingly.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you got like the best voice for sure. One of the top, like out of
Thank
the women
you.
online, for sure. You're definitely at the top. Have you
Thank you.
thought of
Hey,
doing
Kat.
like any voiceovers or anything?
Yes, actually. It's kind of funny because no one ever said anything about my voice like prior to coming to Twitch, unless it was like a guy, who was interested in me or something like that. But outside of that, it wasn't until I came to Twitch, and it started with DJ Chanel B, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna need you to do a voice drop for me, please and thank you." So it's like, all right, I got you. And then from there, Diva929 and Metaspin also asked for a voice drop. So if you go to any of their channels, you will hear me.
Oh shoot, I need a voice drop from you. Does Nerd Chris have one?
Got you. No, she never. I mean, do you want one?
I definitely want one. That would be great, because I'm not as smooth. I'm not as smooth as some of these ladies around here on these Twitch streets, and you're definitely smooth.
Thank you.
Who's the other? I can't remember. There's a few others that do voice drops online. So,
Black girl.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I could definitely see it.
Bearded baritone.
Yeah, exactly. How you doing, Waffles? Waffles is
Hey, Mama.
delicious. That's such a cute user ID. We got Psalmist in the building, Nerd Chris.
Homie.
Good to see
Hey,
you
man.
guys as
Hey,
well.
Thomas.
Yeah, for sure. So thanks for coming through, you guys. And of course, welcome, YouTube and Facebook. We're here. You'll see more of the chat on Twitch. If you go to twitch.tv/DJ Honeyflow TS, you'll see the conversation a little more here. Facebook is quiet, but they actually watch, which is interesting. Have you ever streamed to any of those apps like YouTube, Facebook, or any of
Not yet, but I do want to do YouTube. I actually have a YouTube channel and I want to, kind of grow that out. So, but I want to wait until I have like trailers and things like that to put together. So right now it just has all the music from my music streams are out there right now. So yeah, but I plan on doing it. Definitely.
yeah.
I'm thinking about going into meditation or something like that out on YouTube. So be on the lookout.
Okay, all right, cool. So how did you actually get into gaming as well?
Ooh, I have been a gamer all my life, actually. I'm gonna tell my age here, but I started all the way back pre-Atari days, like, and then Nintendo came in and it was over at that point. Like that was one of the highlights when I was a kid was getting a Nintendo. And I stayed on it religiously. And because it was just a game changer, prior to then everybody played outside, like it was one of those go out and play till the street lights come on kind of thing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So yeah, when that came and it just seems trivial now, but back then it was revolutionary. It's like, what do you mean I can take this gun and I can shoot it at this TV and it'll shoot a duck? Like,
Yeah.
like what? Or I can run on this power pad and simulate track and field and things like that. So Nintendo was a game changer for sure. And they still continue to be. Like, they're very innovative. But yeah, I started all the way back then. And I've been a gamer ever since. My kids are gamers as well,
Wow.
hardcore
Really?
gamers.
Oh,
So,
wow. What did they think about their mom being a gamer? I would think that's pretty cool.
oh, they love it because they get all the perks of that. So
Mhm.
it's one of those. I can't go to GameStop just for me. I have to go to GameStop for them too. So they love it.
Yeah. Awesome.
It's fun for them.
How old are your kids and how many do you have as well?
Too. My son
Okay.
will be 18 next month. My daughter's
Wow.
23. Yeah.
18. Oh, wow. And they game too. Do you ever bring them on your show?
Well, they've made an appearance, but no, not on my show. For a whole stream. It's just more of like a pop up, like here they are, kind of thing.
Oh,
But
so they're friends.
that is about to change, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, with my daughter anyway, because my daughter is an animator and she's an artist as well. And I'm going to bring. Well, I guess you're going to get an exclusive now, but there's something that I want to bring to Twitch that I haven't seen up until this point. My mom and my sister are both artists as well. So I want to bring a stream where all of us are doing art like at the same time. And it's kind of like a generational thing. My daughter, my mom, my sister, me, we will all be doing it at the same time and just kind of, talking and everything. But the nice thing about it is each one of us will be doing a different medium. And
Mhm.
so at the end, we'll show what we've done and we'll switch it up, each month. But yeah, I just kind of want to bring them in and showcase what they can do too. So.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, there's no limit, right? You could really create and do whatever you want, you know? Have you gamed with DJs as well? Like put DJs on your show and played a game?
Yeah, that's another thing that I was going to introduce as well. This is, I come up with a lot of ideas and then I'm just like, okay, yeah, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. But I was going to do something called Beats and Bullets.
Mhm.
And so it would
Ooh.
literally be me gaming and then, DJ playing music in the background. So,
Oh, I
so
love
yeah.
that. Yeah, that's a cute name, Beats and Bullets. What do you guys think? I like that. That's dope. I haven't heard that. You could do like a Beats and Bullets raid train. That would be dope for sure.
It would be, yeah. But I
Yeah.
have been on raid trains where there have been, gamers and DJs both on the raid train. So, yeah, Prodigy does one, No Spinner does one. So, yeah, I've been on a few of them. So, yeah,
Yeah, I definitely like how, people incorporating different things, right? Unique things as well too.
yeah.
And now people finally are starting to incorporate different streamers, you know.
Mhm.
Um, so that's pretty cool too as well. Yeah. But yeah, I can't wait to see that too. I would say just jump on it and just do it, you know?
Yeah, that's that's the thing. I take so many breaks that it's like I gotta sit still long enough to, go ahead and implement it. So
Yeah, that's true. Icy Vamp, how you
thank you,
doing?
Ethan.
I
That's
saw
my
that you were
friend.
in Chicago. Actually, where is Icy Vamp from again? See, like in my head, I keep
She's
forgetting.
in Cali.
From yeah, that's it. Cali. How did that slip my mind? How did I forget that? I saw some pictures with her and with my mod as well, with Jonah and
Mhm.
Latin House. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
those are such great pictures. It's great. Looks like she was in Chicago. I don't
Yeah, I
spy on you
know.
guys often. They just pop up. They pop up.
Imma get her next time because 'cause I'm like, "How are you only a few hours from me?" And we didn't see each other, but I have met Icy Vamp before though, so
Oh, okay. Oh,
and that
yeah,
that
because
was
you're in
an
Indiana.
experience.
Because you're in Indiana, which is it like 2 hours or 4 hours away?
It depends on which part of Chicago you're going to, so, yeah, I would say about maybe 3 hours, depending
Oh,
on traffic.
okay. Have
Yeah.
you met, I think I know Nita Dawn's out there, and I'm drawing a blank. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, I've interviewed her.
Me
What's wrong with
me
me?
too.
Yes, Sneak 10. I don't know
Mhm.
if it's I think I need something for my memory, guys, or another nap. I'm forgetting everyone's names. Yeah, Neek 10, have you, connected with them?
Neat 10, yes, because I went to Indy with DJ Chanel B. She was, DJing the Zeta Boulé, and so Neat 10 was with us for, the events and
Oh, I
everything, so
think I
that was a
saw
lot of
that.
fun.
That
Yeah,
looked
oh, we had a great
crazy.
time.
Wasn't that with Yo-Yo and, like okay, I do remember
Yes,
that.
yes,
And Big
Chanel
Daddy
was the
Kane?
Huh?
And Big Daddy Kane?
Yeah, yeah, Chanel
Wow,
was the, DJ for them, and it
yes.
was so dope because we got to be right on the stage while they were performing. It was just me and Neek.
Wow,
It was
that's
so much fun,
insane.
like yeah, we
Yeah,
had a
that looked
great
like a
time.
big party. That looked amazing.
Yeah,
What an
yeah.
opportunity. That's great. How you doing, Disco Darren? We got
Hey,
Gonzo.
Disco, that's Spam.
How
I
you
met
doing?
Disco too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, oh,
Um,
yeah,
did
in
you go to
Chicago.
the Chicago group, with RL Breezy in them?
I did, yes, but that was my 2nd time meeting Disco. I actually met Disco at Scratch Bastid's Barbecue, the first one he did in Chicago, so I met
Oh,
him there. Yeah, we hung
well,
out.
okay. I definitely gotta come out this summer to the Chicago group.
You
Like,
do.
that would be great to meet you. I had a sneaky idea. I had a sneaky idea I was gonna do. So what
Mhm,
I thought, DJ Teal is a police officer, right? So I
mhm.
called her up. I'm like, "Hey, can I borrow your uniform or your badge or something?" And, so I had an idea that if I were to come to Chicago, not tell anyone,
Mhm.
dress up like a police officer, like, be in full uniform, and then get on the mic and say, "Sorry, guys, like, we gotta shut down the party. You guys are being, like, way too loud and getting complaints." And I just wanted to see if anyone would recognize me and have aviators, everything on, and then issue out tickets, like, to Disco Darren, RL Breezy, saying they're out of line, Jonah, and start issuing out tickets. So, I should
I think we would recognize you because your voice. I think we would recognize you. I
I
think you
don't
have a
know.
distinct voice. You
I
don't
wasn't
think
even
so?
Well, I wasn't even gonna tell my, Jonah, my mod, or anyone. I was just gonna, like I mean, if I'm coming all the way from Canada, you gotta do a grand entrance, right? So,
True,
yeah.
true.
So I thought, "Ooh, I wonder if I could get away with, like, dressing up and messing with you guys." I don't know. We'll see. And I don't know
Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, that was my
Well,
fun
you
idea.
told us now,
Yeah, I
so
told you guys now. I told a few of you, not all of you guys know. But
yeah,
anyways, so yeah, 'cause, quite a few people, went out to that meetup too, right, in Chicago?
yeah, yeah, that was
Yeah.
a lot of fun. Like, we had a great time. I actually, saw Nita Don at that one for the 2nd time, but I met Nita in Indy as well, so yeah,
Are
yeah.
there any surprises when you meet people? Like, are you ever surprised, like, "Oh, they're much shorter, taller," they just look different in real life compared to like,
Yes.
camera?
Mhm. Um, Actually, when I met Bizon at Scratch Baskets in Chicago, and Bizon is tall, y'all.
Oh, yeah,
Listen,
he's tall. He looks
he's
tall.
so tall. And I met NC2J Man there as well. And so they were like standing next to each other, and I'm like looking up, like, oh my God, like you're so tall.
Oh, that's so fu How tall is he? Like 6'4", 6'5"?
He's gotta be. He's so tall. And Disco Darren is tall too, actually. So yeah. Yeah.
Oh, tall is Disco? I know he's 6 feet, right? Or probably taller?
I How tall are you, Disco?
He says he's much uglier in person. Yeah, right. I don't believe that.
Whatever. Listen,
Mr. CFL player, I got all the Canadian ladies when I played football up here. Come on. I'm not buying that.
Disco is Mr. Cool. Let me tell y'all, like, Disco makes an entrance. He comes in and he's like smelling all good and,
Don't
dressed to
gas
the
him up.
nines.
Don't gas him up too much. Don't gas him up too much. I
Well,
could see
listen,
that.
though,
He's
he's
got
a
swagger.
gentleman, though. I will say that. Like, he's a gentleman, which is
Oh,
really
ooh, he is. You're a gentleman? You're really a gentleman, Disco Darren?
yeah. Yeah.
That
After
is
it was
so
over, he walked me to my car. He didn't want me to be out in the Chicago streets. I'm from Illinois, but he didn't want me to be out in the Chicago streets walking
actually, that's
alone.
nice. That's sweet. That's nice. I'll take Tila. Tila will protect me if I walk in there and walk out. Um,
Hey,
Nerd Chris,
Nana.
you're making Disco Darren sound so old. Nerd Chris is like, Disco is the best uncle to
Uh-uh.
have. You called him
He's the
uncle?
best
Come on.
uncle.
Disco isn't that old. He's only a few years
No.
older than us. Um, let's see.
Hey,
He told
Nana. Hobbs. Hey, Hobbs.
Icy Vamps like he told his chat how to do that. Oh, he's like, I'm a whole grown man out in these streets. I can see that. I can see that, Disco. How you doing, Metaspin? Good to see you. I saw the girl
Yay.
that I think you look like. I saw her today. I gotta send it to you. We got Hobbs in the building as well.
Hey, Hobbs.
Samus as well. Good to see you guys. Um, yeah, I think Bizon, he seems like a friendly, like handsome giant, like a tall,
Mhm.
friendly, like really friendly guy. I think
Yeah,
Bizon,
he is.
like
He
kind of
is.
shy, maybe. I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
he's pretty quiet. I mean, I think I have met Bizon even prior to Twitch because I used to spend a lot of time in Milwaukee. And I think I have gone to some parties where he was the DJ. So,
oh
yeah.
wow, oh okay, oh that's so cool, interesting.
Back in the college days.
Oh wow, wow. So how long have you lived in Indiana for then?
I have been in Indy. Oh, goodness. 20, 22 years. 22 years.
Oh,
I was ready to go after year one.
oh really? Does it
Yeah.
become, like, more of a smaller city? I don't know, I have to look up the population in Indiana.
No, I would say comparison-wise, we're probably second to Indianapolis. So
Oh,
it's a pretty decent sized city for sure. But I always joke about where I'm at because I say that it's the land of cornfields and bad decisions.
really? Why? Why?
Because there's nothing to do here, and
Aw,
there's nothing to do, people tend to make bad decisions, they get into trouble.
I could
So
see that. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Coming from a small city, it's definitely like that for sure. But I don't
yeah,
know, on the flip side, I feel like it's more community based. People connect more in smaller cities,
yeah,
right? They have
yeah,
kids early, they have families, they get married early, the men wanna get married at least
yes.
earlier. Not like a big it's different in a big city, like, say, if you lived in Chicago, right? Be completely
Mhm.
different. Yeah. Do you think you'd, ever wanna move anywhere else, or you're
Oh,
pretty
absolutely.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
I would move tomorrow if I could.
Oh, where would you move? Where would be some
I
places
would
like
love to go I would love to go to Cali.
hmm,
I really would like to go there, more so for my daughter than myself, because, like I said, she's an animator. So, if she was out there, then she would be in a better position to further her career in animation. So, hopefully, we can get her working with like Disney or DreamWorks or, just somewhere like that. And
mhm.
my uncle, who lives out there, he is over the professors at this school that basically teaches people or basically preps them for studio work. And it's like animators and, illustrators and all that kind of stuff. So if she could get there and, I think the world would just be her oyster if she was able to do that. So I would love to go out there for that and just community. You know, I think I love the vibe out there. Like everybody takes care of business, but people have fun too. You know, they believe in coming together, which I really like that. So
Oh
that
yeah.
definitely
Yeah, I've
feels.
definitely. Yeah, I could see that. And with the Twitch groups, you notice a difference, that West
Hmm.
Coast vibe. You see Diva all up in there and
Yes,
and everyone in those
Diva's my
groups.
boo.
Mhm.
Every time I go out to Cali, Diva picks me up from the airport, and M Swift LA always jokes that if someone comes to get you from the airport in LA, they must really love you. So
Yeah, that's
she comes
probably
to get to
true.
me. So
That's probably true. Yeah, that's nice though. That's nice to do because LA's it's massive out there,
yeah,
right?
yeah, it
So
is. It is.
nice.
But there's always something to do. And I love that. Like here it's a lot harder. Usually here, this place is kind of like it's nowhere but in the middle of everywhere. So if you want to do something, you have to either travel, to Michigan or Ohio or Illinois. We're kind of in the middle of all of that. So, with LA, you don't have to travel anywhere. People come to
Mhm.
you,
Yeah, that's true. And the weather, the palm trees. Oh man, I love it. The West Coast
Exactly.
music. Yeah, I definitely like the
Mhm.
vibe. Yeah, nice. So what actually inspired you just to start streaming as well?
Mm.
And
That's
when did you
interesting.
start? Was it like when we were all in the pandemic or was it after?
Well, um, actually, I've been out on Twitch for quite a while. I think since like 2016 or 2017.
Oh,
And,
wow.
back then it was just a gaming platform. So I would just go on and, watch different gamers and everything. I didn't even know about the music side of it until a little bit after the pandemic, started. So there was one of my sweetheart sisters. I'm in an organization. She came to me and said, "Hey, there's a DJ out there on Twitch. You should check out." And it was DJ Crate Digger. And I'm like, "Wait a minute, DJs on Twitch? What do you mean?"
Mhm.
So she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, I thought that was a gaming platform." And then I went out there, and it was like this whole other world of DJs and chefs and just everything. And I'm like, "Oh man." So I started listening to Crate Digger. And then I started going in a couple other streams. And from there was a mod in another stream that, said to me, like, "Hey, you need to get your voice out there. You need to, stream and all that." And I'm a very private person.
Hmm.
So the idea of me streaming was just, yeah, it was terrifying. And so I started off, kind of baby steps. I was like, all right, you know what? I'll try this, but I'm not going to go on camera. And
Mhm.
so that's how I started. And, I did it. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of, neat or whatever. And then the same person dared me to go on camera. And I'm like,
How are
okay,
you
we'll
not gonna
try
wanna
it.
go on camera? You're, like, very beautiful, So I'm like, "How is
Thank
she not
you.
gonna wanna go on camera?" Seriously. So
Yeah.
but if
Again,
you're more
I'm
shyer or you're more consider are you more introverted? Like,
I
here?
am. I
Yeah.
am definitely an introvert.
But I feel
For
like the
sure.
introverts kill it online. I feel like the introverts actually do better than the extroverts.
You
Uh,
think so?
oh yeah, 100%. Like
Yeah.
if you look at I've looked at like so many, especially the female DJs. How you doing, beauty for you? Good to see
Hey,
you as
beauty.
well. I see you coming in here. Ooh, we got double spirit, a
Hey,
celebrity in the
Dulcie.
building. Who
Hi.
else? Waffle. Oh, cool. DJ Frank. Good to see you as well. We got
Hey.
Gonzo. So a few
Hey,
people
Gonzo.
coming in here too. Good to see you guys. Make sure you're adding all their shows as well. Beauty for you and so
Yes,
many
the
in this room.
boo.
Nerd Chris, cool DJ Frank, and I mean the list goes on with how many people do shows. I see Vamp does a really creative, awesome show.
Yes. I'm
Um,
not Pricey Van.
okay, yeah, I love her painting. Like I just feel like it's very original, and she's really really good at what she does. So I like it.
Mhm.
But, yeah, no, I feel like the introverts kill it more than the extroverts when you're just quiet and you just play music,
Yeah.
and I feel like it works better, than a personality that's yappy like mine. It works better. Um,
Yeah, I mean, it's a challenge though when you're an introvert, or at least for me, it's a challenge because I'm someone that definitely has to have alone time to recharge. And interacting, especially out on this kind of platform, you have different people, different energies coming at you. And so for me, I have to take time out to kind of recharge after I've done something like this. So it's a little tougher, but I'm getting used to it now. So
you may need to recharge after this interview. That's for sure. No, I get that because introverts, all my introverted friends say that it's like even
Mhm.
an extrovert for me, this platform's great, but it's not so great because it's like I'm more of a real time person. So community for an extrovert, we have to be out there. We have to connect with people. Like so, it could be a bit challenging staying at home and trying
Yeah,
to make this work. And you're like, oh, I really need to connect with people in real more in real time, right? So
yeah,
we refuel off of people, but you guys are opposite. You can
yes.
hang out with them, but you're like, okay, you may be a little too much. I need to go home and just be quiet and not say a thing.
Sometimes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. But I mean, I don't look at it as a bad thing though, because
No, it's not a bad thing.
it's really just about prioritizing your mental health, right?
Mhm.
So you take that time away, you recharge, and then that allows you to be present for other people, you know?
Yes,
So
exactly. Very
you let your
important.
battery drain low, you can't be present for other people.
No, it's true. It's so true. And streaming, and I think streamers sometimes could be addictive. Like we've all been there, right?
Mhm.
That could also be our therapy, music, whatever it is you do, just getting on,
Yeah.
getting that escape. But I think,
Mhm.
like you said, it's really important to just get off social media, right? Like I did that for 30 days, the last
Yeah.
30 days, and I'm like, whoa, like I just feel so much of a big difference. And
Mhm.
I'm like, "Oh, I need to continue this. I like it." You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, "How you doing this girl, Xtina?" Make sure you guys add her. She's the only one that does an original playlist show you're only gonna find on a Friday night. No one else is gonna do it like
Yeah.
girl Xtina, so make sure you guys are also adding her, and Beauty for You does a great
Yeah, I
show
was
too.
on there. That was fun. We made a playlist.
Oh, nice. Yes, she does great playlists. Father
Mhm.
Damien, good to see you. I gotta give you a call. I was thinking about you. It's been a minute. Good to see you, Father Damien. Make sure you guys are adding him as well. The only priest on Twitch you can basically say anything to.
Mhm.
He won't he won't, you know,
Facts.
clap back. You could say anything to the guy. Um
Mhm.
and drill him on anything. So make sure if you guys have questions, contact Father Damien, or if you need help with anything too, he's always there, and to give you free food. So if you want some free food, just knock on his
Hey,
door.
now that works.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, so you and I was gonna say, so you kind of got on. Did you have anything inspire you to just say, "Hey, even though I'm kind of introverted, I don't know if I want to be in the camera. I'm just going to do it." Like, what kind of gave you the push to say, okay, I'm just going to do this?
Mm, well, not to get into astrology, but I'm an Aries rising, so that part of me just is "Oh, I'm just gonna do this." That's the part of me that does that. Like, I'm a Virgo, so, we have a plan for our plan always, but at the same time, I don't stay in that. Like, I will take chances, if need be. They're calculated, but
Mhm.
I will take chances, and that's kind of what it was for for streaming and everything, and going on. I just decide I'm just gonna do it, and I don't. At that point, once I make that decision, it's a done deal, you know.
And how would you say you're like, how would you I don't want to say compare, but how do you think you are when you game? Like, I don't know too much about gaming, but when I watch you, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's like a girl that's like killing it when she's like shooting up people and going here and going there. I'm like, this is so cool. I'm like secretly fangirling. But how do you consider yourself compared to other gamers? Like, it's okay to say you're good. Like, do you think you're good? Do you think you're average? Do you think you're a little bit above that when you game?
um I think I'm decent. I think I'm pretty good. I like to snipe. And I'm a running gunner too, but I really like to snipe. That's kind of my bread and butter. And people laugh because I do have the voice that I
Yeah,
have. So
that's
it's a
work. But I
it's
love
kind of
it.
weird
Like,
because
it's like violence meets like a sweet voice, and
yes,
those 2 together, and it's
that's
just
pretty
a
much what happens. I'm out
perfect
there and
combo.
I'm lining them up and shooting them, and I'm like, got you, and then they
Now when
kind
you
of
say snipe
with the
when you
voice.
say snipe, sorry, I think I'm overlapping because my Wi-Fi is a bit slow, so if I overlap, it's definitely my Wi-Fi has been a bit
Okay.
wonky. But, I was gonna ask, when you said snipe and something else, what's the difference? Like, what if for someone that's not a gamer or doesn't really know, what does that mean?
Sniping is just when you have your sniper rifle. It's typically you're shooting someone further away through a scope. So you're kind of planted up somewhere, and you're looking through the scope, and usually there's someone far across the board, and you size them up, line them up in your sights, and then you take your shot. So to me, it's a little bit more satisfying because you see them running around, and then all of a sudden you get them, and then they stop in their tracks, and they don't see you coming. So
How many people have a feeling that we feel that Bladeistruth could do this in real life? I have a feeling she could. I have a feeling she
so
owns a gun and she goes
funny
to the gun
story.
range.
Yes, the answer to your question is yes.
Wow.
So I never had a gun in real life until my 30th birthday. And went to the range for the first time, and they have the sights out there. You have to shoot the marks and all that. And so I went out there and I'm shooting it, and I'm pretty much hitting it almost dead center. And it was my first time shooting a gun, and so they're looking at me like, okay, you've been here before, right? And it's like, no, no, I haven't. Well, come to find out, my father was a marksman in the army, so
Oh, wow.
I got it honest.
Oh my goodness. That's
But
crazy.
yes, I do like to go to the range every now and then. It's been a while, but yeah,
I
I
could see you being like a police officer. Like, I could see you being like DJ Tila, because she's very, like, sweet and very, like, introverted, very sweet personality. You guys, I mean, you guys don't look alike, but you guys are both very pretty, beautiful women, but,
thank
like,
you.
what you guys exude, it's, like, very sweet, and then all of a sudden, it's like, now I'm gonna be fighting guys on the street, and pulling out my gun. I was like, "Oh my gosh, that is so cool."
Oh, don't let the voice fool you. I'm tough.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. Tough.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I'm tough.
No, 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 I know. Yeah, and, and how you doing? A DJ called Quest, good to see you. He does an
Coffee.
amazing R&B show. One of
Hey,
my
Glenn.
favorite R&B shows actually online, a DJ called Quest.
Yes,
Been trying to get him
love
on
her too.
my talk show, but he doesn't wanna come on. I keep getting rejected.
What?
I even proposed to him. I gave him a ring. I
Uh,
went down on one knee to get him
what?
to come
Not
on
a
my show.
ring.
Yeah, I even pulled out a ring to give it to him, and he keeps saying no to me. So
Oh,
everyone bug him. Tell
Questy.
I know. I don't
Come
know
on the
why he's
show,
so
Questy.
scared. I'm not gonna make you cry. I'm not gonna Barbara Walters you. I won't say anything personal. Uh, you know, we may get into a
Now
little.
he's telling on me.
Yeah. So
Okay,
you
he's
you
telling on
do
me.
you do poetry as well?
I do, yes, but he's saying that for a specific reason. Yeah, I do write poetry. Been doing that since college. I've stopped for a while, but I'm about to get back into it, and I'm gonna bring something to Twitch regarding that as well. But he's saying that though because I I was tapped on the shoulder by Arthur Javanda for her
Mhm.
cabaret to
Oh.
do erotic poetry. I
Oh,
had
ooh,
never done that before. So it's kind of one of those things, like what you were saying earlier, right? Like I just do it. I
yeah.
think about it later, but I just go ahead and do it. And so I challenged myself and I did it. So that's why he's saying that, because he wants me to say, like, yeah, I've done erotic poetry before.
Yeah, because someone did say operator early. That's what I find so funny.
Yeah.
You guys say you're introverted. I interview so many introverts and they're like, "Oh, I'm quiet. I'm just to
Mhm.
myself." And then you see them online and it's like they're doing like the spicy poetry or they're
Yeah.
in like a bathrobe, like what's his name? Why am I
Right.
drawing a blank? Like last night, DJ Fresh in like a bathrobe, like, you know,
What?
with baby oil, and he's like, "Oh, honey Flo, I'm shy. I'm shy in real life. Women don't even
Mhm.
like me." I'm like, "Get lost, buddy. Don't lie." So,
Not
um,
the baby oil, though.
yeah, but how does that work though? I don't get it because if you're introverted, you're kind of shy, you're more to yourself. Is it
Mhm.
just you just like unleash something different inside of you or like
Yeah,
and
I
you're not
mean,
afraid to do that? Like,
yeah, I'm a pretty layered person.
mhm.
There's a lot more to me than meets the eye. So, yeah, I see what Icy Ben said.
Yeah, it's kind of
But
interesting in
yeah,
hearing that with
yes,
I would
Gonzo, that.
like, I would expect extroverts, "Oh, okay, this girl Xtina made a good point." She says introverted isn't necessarily shy.
Yes,
Hmm, that's interesting. That's a good point. I think
that's
I
that's
always
true.
associate it with that.
Yeah,
Um
for me, it depends on who I'm around. You
mhm,
know, if I'm around my people and I'm comfortable, then you see a whole different side of me versus, if I'm around people that I don't know or, might not necessarily be comfortable or energy's not right, then I tend to be, a little more quiet. But yeah, if I'm around my people, you see a whole different thing. Like I'm breaking out jokes and, all kinds of things then. So yeah, so I agree. I agree with what she said. So
yeah, with what
it just
you said, yeah,
depends on the
good point.
setting.
The Skrillextina, good point.
Hmm.
Um, oh, Icy Vamp says, "You won't find this introvert doing that stuff." That's so funny.
Listen,
Icy Vamp Icy Vamp is a little spicy one too, you know?
she is. She is. And listen, don't get any tacos from Icy Vamp. I'm just
Why?
saying, like
What does that mean? I'm
random
curious.
thing. Don't get any tacos from Icy Vamp. So
What'd you do to those tacos, Icy Vamp? What's the story behind that? My spice
so
is in the spice racks, shut. The
what
cupboards,
well,
shut.
what had happened was, if somebody says what had happened was, there's gonna be a story there, right? But
Yeah.
so what had happened was I was in LA for Diva's event and we were all hanging out and afterwards we're like, okay, let's go and get tacos, and meanwhile we were at the bar, things, whatever, right? So you have a
Mhm,
few and so we're going to get tacos.
mhm.
And so everything looks good, smells good, the whole nine, right? And so I get my tacos, she gets hers. And then she comes over, she's like, Blade. And I'm like, yes. And she's just like, try these tacos. And I already had tacos, but she's like, try these tacos. And, tacos look different than the ones that I had, but everything looked good.
Mhm.
So, me trusting Icy Vamp, I say, okay, what kind of tacos? I didn't even ask right away. I was just like, okay, let me try this or whatever. Oh my gosh, those tacos were horrible. And you know what they were?
Oh, no. Like
Cabeza,
alligator? What were they?
cabeza tacos.
Cabeza? I don't even know
She'll
what
probably
that
say it in the chat. What is it, like brain or something like that?
What?
Icy Vamp? Was it
What?
brain? Brain tacos you gave me?
No, that's brain? Oh man,
I
I
don't
don't
know
trust
what
any
I don't know
Twitchers.
what it was. I want to
I'm
say
not
it
gonna
was cabeza. Wasn't it cabeza? Yeah,
I'm not gonna
cabeza.
take any food or drinks from any Twitchers. Who knows what they're gonna stick in
Yeah,
that for
and
me?
she
No
said
way.
cabeza. I'm like, okay, I don't know what that is, but I trust you, Icy Vamp. Let me try this.
Oh, no. What's cabeza? Its tongue or its head?
I think it's
Oh,
oh yeah, yeah.
no, Icy Vamp. Oh, that's so
So
horrible.
I think I turned like four different colors, and
Did you have, like, a few bites? Yeah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Oh, man. I'm that annoying one that goes to a Jamaican restaurant and I'm like, can you take the head out of the soup? And can you take those feet, chicken feet out of the soup? And they're like, there's gonna be nothing but broth. I'm like, yeah, I'll just take the broth at this point. I don't want no head. I don't want no feet. I don't want nothing else from an eyeball, nothing, you know? Oh, I see that. So she says, not tongue.
Icy Gas tried to defend herself, but
That's lagua? What kinda animal? What kinda lingua? Oh, man, my Spanish is horrible. What is that Spanish? I think it is. Um, like,
she's saying that I liked it until Diva told me what it was, but
what
that's not my recollection.
what animal is that? Like,
Just tell her it's chicken. Oh my gosh.
no, I can't. No way. Uh-uh. I can't. Oh, it's a cow? Gonzo, it's a cow. Ooh. So you guys are
Ooh,
eating cow tongue, and what else are you eating from the
you
what
see
else are
that?
you eating?
Just traumatize me. Why would
And
you
a
do that
head?
to me?
Yeah, but we probably have been eating that. Have you guys not seen
Hey,
videos
Gemini.
on have you guys how you doing, DJ Gemini? I think I missed a few people in here. I apologize. I'm trying to scroll up and see because I know I missed it. We got Mr. Nate in the building, and I think I missed someone
Mr.
else
Nate.
that slipped in
Mr.
just
Nate.
the door. This girl Xtine is like, "Stop saying slipped in the back door. Slipped
Right.
in the door."
Hey,
Um,
Donna.
Oh, Sweet Amanda. I think I missed Sweet Amanda as well. Beauty for You as well came in. Father Damien. The only person you
Yeah,
should trust in this chat room to get food from is Father Damien, guys. This is the only person you
okay.
should trust to get food from. So who knows? If I go to a Twitch group, they'll probably be feeding me brownies and what else?
Mhm.
I don't know, drinks of some sort, and I'll get tacos like you. Forget it.
It's
Um,
all good though. I just know to ask Icy Vamp what is in the tacos before I eat them. That's all.
oh man. Hey,
I
how you
still love
doing?
her though.
Don Perry, one. Good to see you. How you doing? Thanks for coming through. DJ, and make sure you guys are adding her. She does a great show. Also, DJ Gemini. He does an amazing show too, as well.
Mhm.
Um, okay, so going back to your show, of course. Do you have any memorable moments just being online with your shows?
Ooh, with my shows. Yeah, actually, I would say when I was on a rate train for autism, and I was telling my story as well as my children's story. That we were talking earlier, right, about the taking chances thing. I think that one was the hardest for me, just because I had to be vulnerable and be open about my journey with my kids, being an advocate as well as being their mom, and sharing that part of myself. So that was a little harder, but it was absolutely the most memorable because there were a lot of parents that were in there that had children who were on the spectrum, and so being able to talk to them as well, get feedback from them, and hear their stories and everything was just amazing to me. And it just adds another layer of community. So yeah, I'm definitely that one sticks out to me for sure. And I've been on a couple of them, but yeah, just being able to connect with them was absolutely awesome. So yeah.
That's really awesome. Yeah, and especially connecting with other parents that I don't know if you know Roses Are Red. She's from out here, and her son's
Yes, she
autistic
was
as
on
well.
that rate tree. Hmm.
Oh, okay, awesome. So yeah,
Awesome.
it doesn't it feel like it's so strange how you can meet so many people online or on Twitch that kind of have the same story as
Yeah.
you, but you might have never met like people like that in real time for several years until you got
Hmm.
here, right?
Yeah.
So that's great. Yeah. So
Yeah.
how do you balance that out? Because that would be a lot too, not only having two kids, but balancing out like your gaming and then other aspects of your life and taking care of your son as well too.
Ooh, good question. I think early on, I didn't do a great job of balancing at all. And I think I ended up paying for that in the end. And I think that that's just one of the things that you go through as a mom. It's like a lot of times you don't prioritize yourself and you just kind of keep going and going and going. You have to be all things for all people, when it comes to your family and everything. So at least for me, it felt that way. So it was hard to have balance. And a lot of times I would suffer from burnout because I was doing too many things. But um, I think it was a good learning experience, though. And I think that that had to happen in order for me to kind of stop and reprioritize things and, put my health as a priority, and then from there, the balance came a lot easier, I would say. And then taking breaks too. Like I didn't take breaks, I
Oh,
would just kind of keep going and going. And um, I think that there's a part of being a mom, especially where that is an expectation of us, you know. Um, I think a lot of times there's an assumption that we just are supposed to be strong all the time. And, that's just not sustainable. There's definitely a cost to putting your energy out there in so many different ways. So, yeah, but now,
mhm.
now it's definitely different. There were things that had to happen to where I hit a wall, and then from there I learned to prioritize myself and have better balance, take breaks, say no, learn the power of
Mhm.
no.
Yeah, so
That's
true.
very important, and then have good community around you as well. Like that is really important, and that's something that I did not have at first, and I had to build that. And so I'm thankful that I have that now, but I definitely didn't have that before.
Mhm.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah. What do you do for self-care then? What are some things that you find helps you? And I think it's just women in general too. Like I could I'm not a mother, but I do get that, oh wow, you being a mother, a streamer, and then having to do what you have to do. It's so much more. But I think women are naturally, have this resilience about them and strength to just keep pushing through, whether, they're single or whether they have kids or whatever their status is. It's just there's something they have that resilience inside of them, right? To just keep uh, pushing. And that could definitely lead to burnout. So, what
Yeah.
are some things that you do, I guess, for self-care that has helped you?
Mm, well, gaming for sure. I have a community of people that I game with, and that is a lifeline. Before, when I didn't have that, it was kind of hard because I didn't really have a lot of like adult time, so to speak.
Mm,
So gaming was a great opportunity to be able to talk to other adults and kind of, get outside of mommy world and, at the time wife world, and just be able to kick back and relax. And, so that's definitely a one way that I kind of relax, take breaks and everything. But also just I spend time in solitude, in quiet, and um, I I love things like sunsets and the moon. Like I'll sit and I'll meditate to the moon at night, and sometimes I'll listen to like certain meditation apps and things like that that kind of calm me down. But really, it's just silence and kind of stilling your thoughts and allow yourself to just be. Like that is so important. And where I stay at now, like I have a really beautiful view of my backyard. It's like all water, and then I get to see the sunset every single day. I get to see the moon over the water at night. Like it's really, really beautiful, and that kind of stuff just allows me to sit, take time, appreciate the beauty that's all around us, the simple things in life, kind of ground yourself. And so that also talking to my friends on the phone, and that I love that. I kind of joke because like what I do for work, I'm always on the phone all day long. So usually when I'm on my time, I'm usually don't really like to be on the phone a whole lot unless I really love you.
Mhm.
Like, if you can get me on the phone longer than 15 minutes, then I really love you.
What kind of can I ask, like, what kinda job it is or what you do on the phone too?
It's customer service, it's billing.
Okay. Oh,
I work
nice.
for a medical malpractice insurance company, so
Oh, I'm
yeah,
sure a
always.
lot of people that talk to you, like, they probably feel calm after, they're probably
Yeah.
like, "Oh,"
I
you know
get that a lot. I talk to
yeah.
a lot of doctors and dentists and attorneys
Ooh,
and, things
doctors,
like that.
doctors. Hmm,
Yeah. So,
okay.
yeah, every day I'm talking to doctors and
Oh, wow.
hospitals and, things like that.
You can
So,
be
I
on the
kinda like
lookout for
that.
some of us. You could be on the lookout for some of us if you talk to some doctors. I mean, come on.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I had one doctor one time, he called in and he was paying his bill, and he stopped and he was just like, "Oh my god." He's like, "You have the nicest voice." And I had to stop for a second. I thought I dialed the wrong number. I thought this was
Oh,
a
shoot.
different kind of line.
You shoulda asked him what other numbers is it calling,
Right,
Craigslist or what? Or, like,
right,
other
like
number?
like, what did you think this was?
That is kinda funny, though, that is funny. But you do seem like if people were stressed out and they picked up
Yeah,
the phone and talked to you, that, like, they would feel different after that conversation. I think you have that gift, you know
yeah.
what I mean? To, like, maybe help people. Like, I see
I
that in you.
yeah,
Even though we don't know each other super well, I definitely
thank
see
you.
that you have that gift to help people and to maybe calm them down, you know? So
Yeah, I'm really, really thankful for that. Like, because sometimes I get, it's a lot of different energies that, call in and, different temperaments and things like that. And the ones who call in who are really, really upset, it's nice because I can talk to them and kind of, bring them down and everything. And usually by the time I'm done, they're just like, thank you so much. And I'm like, oh, you're welcome. It's all good. Like, cause you don't take it, or rather, I don't take it personal, like at the end of the day, they're just upset at the situation, not at me. So, you know,
exactly. But
so
that's
it's
not an
fine.
easy job to do. It's not an easy
It's
job
not.
to be on the phone all day with
It's
people, you're
not.
right. Yeah,
Cause
I get it, yeah.
doctors are impatient. So you have to be quick. You have to be knowledgeable of what you do. Otherwise, they're going to think that you're incompetent or something like that. They're gonna wanna speak to the manager, and
And they
usually that's
probably think
me.
they're right. They probably think they're right. Sorry to all the doctors in the room. I know we got some doctors in the room, you know? So, that's what I see from my doctor friends too,
Yeah,
They want things a certain way, with everything. If it's, like, with
yeah,
dating, if it's with work, like, they're very structured, right?
yeah,
Which I get because I mean, you're seeing so many patients and so many people, right? So,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
part of their personality. How you doing, Miss Black, one and
Yeah, I
only? Good
wanted
to
to
see
if I
you.
could just say hi to a couple people
Yeah.
real quick.
Mhm.
Miss Black One and Only is actually my sister in real life, so
Oh.
I
Oh,
still
really? That's your
love
sister?
you. Yeah,
Aw,
yeah, that's my
okay,
sister.
okay, cool.
Yep, I saw Dawn in here earlier too, so hi again, Dawn, and Meta. Hey, Meta. So I saw
Miss
a few people in
Burr.
here.
Yeah, if we missed a few people, sorry about that.
Yeah, yeah, Miss Mur, my boo, that's my, gaming sis, and so, hey, Miss Mur.
Father
I've
Damien.
actually met her in real life too,
Oh, he
so
did?
fun. Oh,
Oh,
yeah, Miss Mur, she's a ray of sunshine, like, lovely, lovely, lovely.
nice. Thank you so much, Father Damien, for the bits. Appreciate you. Anyone I missed, shout out to all you guys too in the chat. If you guys have any questions for Bladeistruth, make sure everyone in the room is adding her. She is an amazing gamer.
Thank
She
you.
does. I love how and you do a good balance of shooting up people and then working with some of your partners, the guys online, and then talking to the chat. Like, I don't know how do you multitask all of that because you have to concentrate on the game, and you got yappy people like me that are putting
Mhm.
novels in your chat. Like, how do you deal with that?
Well,
Or
there's certain things you can do. Like if you're doing direct streaming from your PS5, you can set it to where the comments will show up on screen. So they'll show up you can set it at different positions on your screen, but that helps for sure so that you don't really miss anything. But also, I think that I'm a little bit better at it because I am a mod as well. And so as a mod, you kind of have to be able to kind of catch a lot of things and keep up with chats and all that kind of stuff. So I think that that helps as well. Hey, Len. So yeah, just being able to modding definitely helped with that. But then also just I'm just a huge multitasker, period. Just in my job, in life, balancing, juggling motherhood, all those things. So, all of that I think helps to be able to catch things and, be able to game and all that. But I also know that whatever I don't catch, I have a great team of mods that will catch things too. So, thank you to my mods. So, some of y'all are here. Thank you. Love you
That's
guys.
Yeah, that's why I love watching her, guys. She'll just be like, poof, poof, poof. Like she'll like shoot like everyone, like like all at once. And she'll be like, "Hey, honey Flo, how's your day? How's it going?" I've just got like
Right.
10 guys in front of her, and then she'll be like, "Oh, so what are you cooking up for lunch?" And she just like killed all the men, and then her partners are scrambling around. Oh, I can't find this. I can't. Do you actually prefer playing the game solo, or do you prefer like as a single player or like multi player games? What do you prefer?
Mm. Um, I would say multiplayer games just because you're able to, play with your friends and everything. Like when I first got into first person shooter games, so that's like games like Call of Duty and, just ones along those lines. I did it mostly at the time I was married. So it was a way for me to spend more time with my husband at the time because he was a big gamer into like the first person shooter games and everything. So it was just a way for us to kind of connect and interact with our friends and all that and get that time. So I think I enjoy that more just because you're able to talk to your friends and stuff. And there's been people that I've met online. I've literally met them as teenagers. They were teenagers and we've been friends on there long enough for them to grow up and have kids of their own,
Oh
so
wow.
it's
Wow.
really kind of cool. You can find some really neat people out there and, form some pretty solid friendships out there. So definitely
Wow.
for that.
That's cool. Mr. Lattenhouse, good to see you. Great pictures with Icy Vamp. I saw them online today. It's cool you guys all connected and met up with Jonah as well.
Yeah.
We got
Hey,
Miss Mur.
Thomas. That's my boo.
Good to see all you guys. So how many hours would you say a week that you spend on gaming?
mm, Not as much now, to be honest. And I think that that is more so because gaming, especially first person shooter games like Call of Duty, they've kind of changed now. I think with the introduction of Fortnite and that style of gaming, it's more. I'm trying to think of a nice way to say it, but it's geared towards a younger audience, and I think that Call of Duty is kind of incorporating that as well. So because of that, there's more things that they've put in place. It's a little bit more censored now. And I was kind of joking about this, but as a gamer, I'd never been chat banned on a game before ever.
Oh,
And I
wow.
just got a chat ban on Call of Duty a few weeks back. And so, the friends I gave with, they were like laughing and all that, but it just kind of speaks to the direction that a lot of these games are going in now. Like everything is you pretty much can't say curse words and things like that now without getting chat bans, but the games themselves have curse words in them.
Yeah, that
So
doesn't make sense. That doesn't make
yeah, so there's kind of, there's an uproar over that. So they've had to make
mm.
some adjustments to that. But also just a lot of it is behind a paywall kind of thing now, like where you have to pay for skins and all that. There's just a lot of microtransactions now. And so
Oh,
that
wow.
has changed. And that's kind of the model that Fortnite uses. Like you could play the game's free,
Yeah.
with Fortnite, but then you have to pay for every single little thing, like all the moves and the skins and, all that
Oh,
kind of stuff.
man. You don't
so
feel like it
popular
makes you
everywhere.
dizzy. I feel like though the games you play make me dizzy, like the first person or whatever you call, like when you're moving
Yeah,
around. I don't like I rather like the old school like Street Fighter, where you see 2
yeah,
people in front of you when they're fighting,
yeah.
you know, the basic
A
games.
third person shooter. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
mean, when I before I started playing and I would watch others play, I felt the same way. Like it would
Hmm.
make me dizzy because they would move so fast. But
Yeah.
there's a way to slow it down.
Oh.
So it doesn't have to go that fast. And that's how I have mine. Mine is slowed down. So it's not, but I still can play now for a little while and I'll still kind of get motion sickness and have to stop.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah,
Um,
it's
do you
kind of
ever do, like, Grand Auto Theft? Those I kinda like watching those games once
oh
in a while. I
yeah,
find them
Grand Theft
funny
Auto. Yeah.
'cause it
Yeah.
feels like it's like a full movie, like,
It
series.
is.
The girl gets out of the car with the heels on and then blows up the
Yes.
car. You know? I don't know.
Yes, for
Yeah.
sure. Like, I mean, I've never played it, but I watched other people play, and
Mhm.
it's very realistic for sure.
Yeah, it's
It's
very
literally like
realistic.
taking
I'm like,
cars
"Oh,
and, riding through the
geez."
city and, getting
I
arrested
feel like
and
I'm in the movie, like, Set It Off or something, so
Mhm.
oh, man. Yeah, so what equipment do you have when you're streaming? I've always been interested in what gamers use.
Um, well, I really have a super simple setup. Like, if
Mhm.
I'm doing direct stream, then I just have my PS5 and a laptop to be able to see the chat.
Oh,
That's it. That's all you
really? That's
really
it?
do. Yeah, because
Really?
there's a button on the PS5 where you can just hit, like, broadcast, and it'll go directly to Twitch. So then you just need your laptop just to see the chat. If I'm doing, like, OBS or something like that, it's the same thing, just my laptop and, that's pretty much it. So, even when I'm
Okay.
doing other streams and stuff, I usually just have my laptop. Like, I don't have all the bells and whistles and stuff.
Like, it looks like you
Pretty
do when
basic.
you're on your stream. You don't know the difference, right? So, at least I don't. So, it looks
Yeah.
good, like,
I
have you
mean,
seen
the one thing I would say though, just being a variety streamer, it's a little harder though, because you have to have a different setup with every single thing you do. So if I'm doing a talking stream, I have to have a completely different setup in OBS versus if I'm using OBS to game. So if you use
Mhm.
it to game, then you have to have a capture card and things like that. So it's a little bit the setup is a lot harder. And so you have to keep switching between different setups and stuff. So that can get a little complicated, which is why I tend to direct stream a lot. The
Do you
downside to direct streaming, though, is
Yeah.
you can only do one game at a time. You'd have to shut
Oh.
down Twitch, switch games, and then start again.
Do you
So,
find it, like, kind of the same or very different from the DJ community? Like, do you find it competitive? Because the DJ community obviously still is competitive, even though people say, "Oh, we're collaborative." I mean, it's the world of comparison online, let's be real, right? Like, that's just how it is. If you go on Instagram, you're scrolling through reels or whatever it is, that's what social media kind of is. So, yes, it
mhm,
is about community, but then there's also the other side to things that you see quite a bit, especially if you've been around here more than 5 years like I have. So, I'm
yeah.
just curious if, the gaming side and the gaming communities, like, if you see that too there, or if it's more collaborative, or is it more independent? Is it competitive? Like, what's it like on that side on Twitch from what you've seen?
Competitive? No, no. Matter of fact, it's quite the opposite from
Mm.
the music world, and I think that kind of gave me some problems when I kind of came over to the music side because I was so used to the gaming side. The gaming side, they're definitely more open to helping others. They're more welcoming as far as sharing what they know. And from a setup perspective and everything, they'll give you all their specs if you want it. Like
Oh,
they're
wow.
definitely more open on the gaming side. And if you need to learn something, yeah, I'll help you out, no problem. And so I was kind of used to that. And then I came over to the music side and it's definitely more competitive on the music
Mhm.
side for sure.
Interesting. How would you say that, because I know some DJs have been very successful in connecting with gamers,
Mhm.
um, So I can't remember, some of the DJs that I could think of offhand, but they actually left more of the music scene and the people they're collaborating with amongst all the DJs with the raids, and they decided to switch their genres to say hip hop, urban music to house, and then now they're collaborating and they got tons of gamers, like so many gamers watching them. So, do you have
Yeah.
any ideas to connect with more gamers? Like, how do we, instead of keeping it in these compartments, right? How do we kind of bridge the gap and connect with other people in different categories? Do you have any ideas that you could think of for that?
Communication,
Hmm.
just being open, coming into the streams and being supportive. Like people don't realize, just as a gamer, you're not going to get the same. Well, let me backtrack. When Twitch was primarily for gamers, then you had people that came in and they were coming in just for that, and you were able to build community pretty easily, all that kind of stuff. Once the music side came in, it became harder for gamers to build community. I think it was harder for I think a lot of gamers felt displaced. And so you saw a lot of them leave the platform for that reason because they kind of felt forgotten about. So I think that in order to combat that, support is really, really important for a gamer. Like it's nothing for a gamer to stream and they can be personable, they can do all the things, but the culture of Twitch has changed. People don't really come to Twitch as much, I think, for gamers. It falls more along the lines of like variety streamers or music. I think the push is kind of going in the direction for music. This is just my opinion, but
Hmm.
it just seems like that's where Twitch is kind of focusing on. And that's fine. But if you really want to bridge the gap, then you got to be able to communicate and like visit these other streams, talk to
Hmm.
the gamers, like maybe, ask them if they want to collaborate on something. And there are DJs that are doing that. Prodigy is doing that. He has a Ray Train tomorrow where it's going to be gamers and DJs for Hippame. And he started Hippame Gaming, and I've been on it. So, and that was just a simple reach out and saying, hey, starting up this new thing, would love to see you on it, love to have gamers. So just being welcoming, I think makes all the difference in the world, you know. And obviously that works both ways. So, if gamers can think of things where they can incorporate DJs and, the music side, then I think that they should do that. And,
Hmm.
that's kind of what I was telling you about earlier, like introducing the beats and bullets thing. That's going to require me to go to DJs and say, hey, I'm starting something new. Do you want to be a part of this? Would love to have you. So, yeah, I just think reaching out, being supportive, communicating, being open to what you hear too, I think is important. And that's on both sides.
Yeah, being open-minded. I think that's good. I think, when I did, if you remembered, the raid train, the anti-human trafficking raid train a few
Hmm.
years ago that I did,
Yeah.
that's the idea that I kinda had was all streamers, but no one was doing it. Like, no one,
Mhm.
and DJs would give you so much grief, like, "Oh, you can't do that. You can't mix that. You're not a DJ then, da 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 da." But I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna try to find as many women as I can that do different things." And I thought that was beautiful because I've never seen women that were doing puzzles, painting,
Yeah.
motivational speakers, fitness, people, gamers like DJs, cooks. Like, I thought that
Mhm.
was so dope that I felt like it also opened up a little bit more for other DJs to say, yeah, you do a DJ show, but it's okay to collab and do different things. It's your own show, right?
Mhm.
And then it made me realize, like, I actually wanna do it again, so I hope,
Okay.
some of you guys could come back.
Yeah.
It is a lot of work. I just gotta figure out, what to do, but I wanna do it even, like, bigger, not
Mhm.
in terms of, "Hey, look at us," or anything, but I just wanna do it big and reach that goal to help, that restoration house, and
Yeah.
that organization to do that again and to build actually through that raid. I will just say something quickly through that raid and Beauty for You, This Girl Xteen, like so many
Yeah.
people were on the raid,
Mhm.
right? And I missed a lot of people too, so I apologize. But that raid, did you know, brought out 3 streamers DM me saying that they were human trafficked. They didn't even know what
Mhm.
human trafficking was until that raid train. So to me, I'm like, whoa, that's,
Right.
and then they shared their stories about human. And I mean, some of these women that came to me, everyone in the room knows them. That's what's
Mhm.
so shocking, that you would never
Mhm.
know someone's story, right? And then a few other guys came up from California, Hawaii. They work for the narcotics unit. They worked for the customs border. Like,
Mhm.
that's why I say never underestimate what you do. Like, people may look at you and they may laugh and be like, "Oh, you're just a DJ," or "Oh, you're just a streamer." Like, really? Like, how much money do you really bring in? Like, I've had all that, but they don't realize the power of this community and what it could
Yeah.
do, and how many people you could actually reach, right? With
Yeah.
your story or what you're doing. But anyways, um lots of beautiful things happened on that train, guys. So I hope to try do that again, and just to do it with all streamers, like you said, to
Mhm.
reach out. And I love that you said the bullets and what is it? The bullets
Oh,
and
beats and
beats
bullets.
beats. Yeah, I think that's so cute. It's such a dope.
Thank
No
you.
one is doing it, so you have to do it. You have to do that
Okay.
idea. I think that would be great, and incorporate your family too. You don't see tons of
Yeah.
people that have, that do things, like, with their family online, right? So that's
Yeah.
extra special too. Yeah.
Yeah, it kinda shocked me because it was, my mom coming to me because my mom, is supportive of me on here as well as my sister, but it was my mom coming to me saying, "Hey, I wanna stream with you," which shocked me because I think my mom would, I mean, bless her heart, like, she calls everybody Twitchies,
Aw, I love that. Does she cook? You could do, like, a quick cooking stream or just, like,
It's
chilling with
funny you
her.
say that, like, you're, like, touching on all the things that I'm gonna bring, like,
That's good.
I was just talking to my bestie about that, but yes, I am gonna bring a stream like that as well,
That's
so
confirmation. See, it's I don't, because I don't even know what you do in that, what is the ideas in your mind, but that's just confirmation, right? How you doing, DJ? Just delicious. Thank you so much for the bits. Appreciate you. Yeah, it was definitely a powerful raid train. Something I'm still thinking about. Like, I'm like, I gotta definitely get in that area of human trafficking. It's definitely in my mind so much,
Mhm,
So if
mhm,
anyone has any ideas, DM me, or if anyone's in that field, I definitely am trying to get more in that field.
yeah.
But yeah, if you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat. Uh,
Ooh,
for Blade
that
is Truth, drop them in the chat. Make sure you guys are adding her on Twitch. And so you're just streaming solely on here. You're not on YouTube yet or any other apps, right?
Yeah, solely on here, I thought about maybe doing, that other one,
The green? Yeah,
but
I don't want to say the green
yeah,
app or
yeah,
something.
I thought
What
about it.
about Twitter? Aren't a lot of gamers on Twitter or something too?
Um,
I don't know
they're
how that
on,
works.
uh, TikTok.
Discord?
A
Oh,
lot of
they're on
gamers have
TikTok?
gone to TikTok because
Oh.
the algorithm is better, for gamers on there. Like, they just do a better job of bringing the audience to them. So, a lot of gamers have gone to TikTok and have had really great success,
Yeah,
on there.
you should try to multi-stream if you can, you know?
Yeah, I had, one of my friends, Nikki on Vegas, she's on here as well. She went over to TikTok and just blew up, and she
Oh,
keeps
yeah?
telling me like, "You gotta come over there, Blade," and so I'm definitely thinking about
Yeah,
that
you
'cause
gotta go and try different things. I feel like Twitch is
yeah,
more community based. We kinda see the same people in, it's a large world, but small, right? But I feel like TikTok, the algorithm could, like, it like, my friend, went on Tara, the one that always dances crazy. I've
yeah,
had her on my streams, and she's like, getting down to like dance hall, and people thought she was a virtual woman. They're like, Honey Flo, we're so shocked you had a virtual woman. And she's like, I'm real, guys. She's just doing a lot of crazy things behind my back. That's what she was
Yeah.
doing. But we're really good. We're really, really good friends in real life. And she went on TikTok and she
Mhm.
started sharing all her crazy stories because she was like a wild child back in the day. And she just shared all her stories, what happened to her.
Yeah.
And whoa, like within 3 weeks, she blew up to like 8,000 people just like that,
Oh,
you know?
wow.
And
Okay.
now she's continuing to, if you guys want to check her out, check out Beauty Blossom. But yeah, and now she's just sharing like a lot of inspiring stories and changing, and a lot of things happen to her in her life, right? But you
Mhm.
never know with the algorithms. And I'm like, you never know. Like I just find they're so much better
Mhm.
on the TNT app, you know? So yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, so definitely get on there and you never know, right? So
Yeah, definitely. I gotta carve out the time to do it. But yeah.
for sure. How you doing, Struds? Good to see you. So were there any like challenges that you faced as a streamer too? And if you did, how did you overcome them like
Ooh.
online?
Um, Challenges as a streamer, not so much. As a mod, yes.
Mhm.
But
Oh,
as a
tell us.
streamer, not so
Do
much.
tell us as a
Just
mod. Do tell us. How many people do you mod for? Because I know you I think you
oh,
mod for a lot of people.
oh man. Well, I used to mod for a lot of people.
Mhm.
There have been things that have occurred that made me switch gears and not mod for as many people. Um, Now I stick to primarily modding for women.
Mhm.
So I mod for, I hope I don't forget anybody, but I mod for Metaspin, who was in here earlier, and DJ Chanel B, Diva929, Icy Vamp, um, Nikki on Vegas, Cryographics. Um, I feel like I'm forgetting a DJ called Quest. I'm trying to think like
Oh, are you
I,
saying DJ called Quest as a woman? Are you saying DJ called Quest
well,
as a
okay,
woman?
so let me tell you about that
Now
one.
I'm gonna bug him because I
Let me tell you
proposed
about
to
that
him
one.
and he
This
rejected
is
my proposal to come on my talk show. So now I'm
yeah,
gonna
like
razz him.
I told
I'm
Quest,
just
I'm
joking.
like,
I'm
all
joking.
right.
I'm joking. I'm just
I was
bugging.
like, Quest, I'm
We love
done.
you.
I can't mod for guys anymore. I'm done, Quest. And Quest is just like, but Blade, I need you to have a sword. I'll play Janet every time you're there.
Oh,
He
that's
wouldn't
so
let me
funny.
retire.
No, we love a DJ called Quest, but he did reject my proposal. He's the only
Ooh,
guy that I went down on bended knee to give a ring to come on my show, and he said, "No, no, honey Flo." So talk
well,
to
let's
him.
see. Quest, go on the show,
He
Quest.
said he doesn't do well, or he doesn't like talk shows, or doesn't do well on them.
Quest is kind of shy, I
But
think. Like,
DJ Flash said the same thing, and he came on. He came on, and yeah, he wasn't the best interview, I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm sweating here." I had to pull out like 100, "Here's my questions for you." I had to pull out like 100 questions because it was like, when you interview a kid and they're like, "Yes, no," like they don't expand on it? That's how Flash was a bit to me, and I started panicking. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I need more questions to get this guy talking," right? Because he was just, like, shy, like, quieter, nothing wrong with that.
right.
He did good, he did good.
Oh,
So if he
there's
can
Dawn.
do it, he
Now
can do
that's
it.
who actually got me streaming right there is Dawn.
Yeah? Oh, how did she get you streaming?
Because she just kept telling me, like, she's just like, yeah, Blade, so I'm gonna need you to stream. You just do that shit, Blade.
Mhm. So what do you guys think, Dawn and everyone in this room, if you guys have seen Bladeistruth from the beginning till now, what's your opinion? What do you guys think how far she's come? Drop a nice comment in the
Man.
chat. Drop a comment in the chat and let me know your thoughts or what you guys think. If you guys have seen her journey, drop it in the chat and leave her a good comment. I'd be curious to read them.
Psalmist is my sis. And I call all my mods my friends because they're my friends first who just happen to donate their time. But that's why Psalmist is giving that look because she already knows. She already knows. But yeah, my journey on Twitch has been ooh. It's been interesting. I yeah, okay, Latin talking about I need a DJ.
Hey,
Listen, I'm
that's
just
a great idea. That's a
he
great
keeps
idea.
saying that, but
Why
I'm
don't
just
you
gonna
try
say
it? Just get a small controller and try. I could see that. Man, you got the voice. The voice will attract enough people as it is, you know, and you just keep smiling, you're good. And then, you learn the music if you know the music. So
I, I'm
you can
uh,
still a DJ called Squet's hard drive, he'll give it to you. So you'll be good. You'll be set.
I
Uh,
I'll say this. I have a tremendous amount of respect for what you guys do. It is not easy what y'all do. Um, and I think if I were to even remotely go into something like that, like I would take it super serious and so it wouldn't be anything that I would just play around with. It would be something that I would actually, you know, take someone and be like, hey, I really want to do this. Like I really have this passion for music. Can you help me? That kind of thing, and give it the proper respect that it deserves. But I just know, like I said, I just have a huge amount of respect for DJs. Me personally, though, what my passion was just even when I was a kid was like production, music production. Like I really want to learn more about that. I think, kind of learning what DJs do would help in that. But yeah, I really want to get into production and maybe songwriting and things like that. But yeah, I just have such a huge respect for what you guys do. It is not easy. It's not easy.
no, people don't realize like the amount
Yeah,
of
it's
setup,
amazing.
the equipment, the time, the hours standing.
Yes, yes,
When people want to pay you like
yes,
peanuts or they're just like, well, I can get someone
yes,
so much cheaper. Like they don't get until they see you lugging in like two big wagon full of equipment and speakers and
yeah,
everything. Like it's yeah,
yeah.
it's definitely a lot of work. I feel like
I
you need to
mean,
be in shape
it's
for
like a
this job.
business too, you guys have to, run it like a business and you have to have that musical knowledge. You got to be able to think on the fly. You have to be able to keep the crowd going and know when to, kind of settle things down so that people can go and, if you do an IRL, they can go to the bar or, whatever, that kind of thing. But just knowing how to navigate all that is absolutely awesome what you guys do. And I look at to me, I think DJing is art. It's a form of art, and you guys are telling a story on the turntables. And a lot of times you're telling your story, like whatever you may be feeling in that moment. A lot of times it comes out in the music, and
Mhm.
that's pretty cool. It's personalized to you, so that's an awesome thing. So, like I said, I have a huge respect for that, and if
Mhm.
I ever got into anything like that, I definitely would honor that.
Yeah,
So,
for sure. And I feel like on Twitch it's great for that because people really understand it, right? Compared to anywhere else. They really actually get it, even if they're not DJs. Um,
mhm.
one quick funny thing, when I did an IRL, I streamed to Twitch and they were watching everything. They're like, oh man, that guy's trolling behind you, Honey Flo, the whole time. He's standing in your booth. He won't leave you alone. Why don't like they're all commenting, they're seeing things I'm not even seeing. I did a corporate event and they're like, "Man,
Yeah.
did that guy even wash his hands? He's touching all the cheese." Like it's just so funny. I started
What?
laughing because they're catching everything. They're like, "Who's the guy in the suit and tie?" Like, how
Yeah.
come he's all stushy just standing there and he's touching all the crackers and cheese on the table? I'm like,
Yeah.
"How are you guys on Twitch? Like, how are you guys seeing all this on the camera?" I find it funny, but they definitely have your back. Like they
Yeah.
definitely watch and have your back, which is
Mhm.
kind of fun. Um, let's see here. I'm seeing if there's any comments here. Mr. Lattenhouse says her knowledge is better than some DJs out there
Oh,
now.
man,
I could
thank you.
definitely see that.
I don't know
Um,
about that, but thank you.
I knew Chris Truck, the first the
Hey.
first person on YouTube. Good to see you. Let's see here. Miss Black, one and only, says she's really blossomed as well. Um,
She is biased because she's my sister.
oh, well, yeah,
But
that's
thank
true.
you. Love you.
Oh, man. Yeah. So you guys, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat, you know? Definitely drop them in the chat for her. We're going to kind of switch it up too, because I had some other questions for you. Wow, I can't
Uh-oh.
believe we only have half an hour left. There's so many questions. But I'm just wondering too, because I know so many, and I know we talked about this prior to the show, but
Mhm.
there's been just so many people going through so many things, so many trials, and
Mhm.
life is really lifing for, I think, a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing that too. A lot of streamers dropping off or just taking breaks. I just recently took a break too. And I'm just wondering if there's anything, that you could maybe share, like if you've gone through a trial in the last couple years, anything that you can share, I'm sure would, resonate with people because I know our stories. When we share our stories, they're there and everything we've gone through to help other people, right? So I was just curious if there was, any kind of hard moments or a trial that you've kind of been through, like in life in the last couple years.
How much time you got? No.
No, I got time. I got time, girl.
No, I mean, oh, ooh, that question. Mm, hey, agent. um, oh man, yeah. I've had a lot of trials that I've gone through. Just even since I've been on Twitch, there's been a lot of things that I've gone through. Hmm. I'm just trying to think of what exactly I want to share, but
Yeah, for sure.
I would say one of the biggest things that I've gone through while I've been on Twitch is getting divorced. I used to be married, and now I'm not. So just that transition was incredibly hard, and Twitch kind of played a role in it as well. It wasn't the reason why, but it definitely didn't help. Um, I will. Hmm. So, yeah, there was that, and then also, I lost my best friend as well. He passed
Oh,
away.
wow. Sorry to hear that.
Um, yeah, I lost a lot of people just within the past couple of years. Lost my best friend, lost two aunts, lost my godmother, lost a couple of college friends, lost a couple people here where I live. So just yeah, so that has definitely been pretty tough. And I'll just say, as far as going through my divorce and everything, I think that Twitch helped with that in a way because I had formed friendships on here that extended past Twitch. They became like real friends for me. And one of the things I'll say is this: sometimes when you make a decision to get divorced, I think a lot of times with women, there is a assumption that you're going to have friends, you're going to have a support network that will help you. And so when I made the decision that I made, I part of it was having that assumption that I would have my best friends, for support. And I had three best friends. And I was thinking, okay, I'll have my best friends as support. I'll have, my sisters in my organization. I'll have my family, so I'm telling myself all these things like it won't be so bad because I'll have people. And one of the things that will be revealed to you when you get divorced is who your people really are and who are not. And I think for me, I found out that I did not have the community that I thought that I had. Um, and then I thought I would have my best friend, and he passed away. I thought that I'd have another best friend, and um, it turns out that she was not in the worst of ways. So I had to let that go. So I have one best friend left, who's been instrumental in helping me through some things. But then I've also had people on Twitch that have really helped me through some things. There's someone in this chat right now where I remember the day that I was getting divorced, and I remember that it was so hard that I didn't even want to get out of bed, you know. And um, for me, safe spaces are important, and I didn't really have that in that moment. And I just thought, like, I really need this, or I'm not going to get out of bed. Who can be my safe space in this moment? And I'm someone where I'm everyone else's safe space. I'm the person that people come to for advice, or, if they need help with things, like, I'm that person. But I, at that time, I really didn't have that, you know, um, being able to go to other people. So there's someone in this chat, I'm not going to say their name, but there's someone in this chat that I called that day, and they stayed on the phone with me all day long until I was able to get out of bed. And it's things like that that make all the difference in the world, like, it reminded me that even though you may have thought you had community here, if you lose it, it doesn't mean that there's going to be a void there. If you put good energy out there, it's going to come back to you. It may not come back in the way that you think it's going to come back. And for me, it came back in other ways through other people. I was thinking, here, I got, these people here that are going to be here for me. But instead, the world opened up, and I got friends from other, places, people who showed up for me that hadn't even known me very long, hadn't known me, as long as some of the people that have known me all my life that weren't there. And here are these people that, I haven't even met for very long, that are just like, I'm here. What do you need? I got you, you know? So I've learned to operate in gratitude, to be thankful. Capacity is very, very important to me. And that's something that I had to learn too. I think that you have to be very careful in who you choose to have around you, because not everybody has the capacity to be who you need to be as you're moving through to that next stage in your life and that next part of your journey. They may have only had enough capacity to be a friend to you at this point, but they may not have it in them to be what you need them to be as you're moving forward. So, yeah, that tribe will form in unexpected ways. Absolutely. And that's what happened with me. It just came from different people, different places. And I was able to find some safe spaces again where I didn't have that before. And that was definitely the hardest part to get through. And um, so, yeah, capacity is very important. And I had to realize too that the way I show up in friendships and the way that I love people, I'm someone who I go hard for people. Like, I'm gonna, if I'm your friend, I'm gonna give it my all, and there's an intensity there that, some people might not, they can't, they might not be able to reciprocate that, and so I learned to pick people who had capacity. So that way you're not disappointed, you know, um, and they're not disappointed, you know. You're able to find people that can meet you where you are, and you can meet them where they are, and you can grow together. So
So true. I think, oh wow, you said so many golden nuggets in there, like so many things I can relate to as well. They do say that divorce, at least from my divorce friends, we've talked about it a lot.
Mhm.
They say that it is definitely a form of grief, right? And I mean, even though grief is different when you actually lose someone that passes away, you can also grieve quite a bit in a relationship, or what you guys built together as well can be, especially with divorce, right? So,
It
um,
is, yeah,
mhm,
you definitely have to grieve it. You grieve. Here's what I'll say about marriage. Marriage is a beautiful thing. I think people make marriage hard. People come into marriage with expectations of another person. And the thing is, you have to realize that when you decide to get married, you are taking the biggest gamble of your life because you have to choose that person every single day. And they have to choose you every single day. And the part that makes it tough is that you don't know who they're going to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now, but you're still saying, I'm going to choose you, you know, every single day. That is tough to do.
mhm,
If both parties are not fully into it, if both parties aren't truly invested in seeing each other grow and seeing each other thrive, sometimes people come into it with this expectation of you are here to help me elevate. And that
mhm,
might be all that they focus on. So it becomes a very taking kind of thing. And that's really not what marriage is about. Marriage is tough, but again, you have to be able, yes, and you don't even know who you're going to be. That's the other thing. So it's a huge gamble, right? Because you're gambling on who you think this person is going to become, and you're still choosing them through all those decisions, all the trials, the ups and downs in life. And one thing I'll say is in my marriage, we went through all our vows.
mhm,
All
mhm.
of them,
Wow,
the rich with the poor, all of that,
wow.
right?
How long were
And
you guys married? You were Was it 16 years? It was quite a long
18,
time, right? 18
18
years?
years, and
Did
we were
you did you
together
kind of,
over
like,
24.
think it was going that way, or were you kinda, like, surprised that it happened that way, or did you have an indication, "Okay, we're probably going separate ways?"
No, I wasn't surprised.
Mhm,
No, not at all. I think that one of the things with marriage is that you have to really have a clear understanding of what love really is. And I think that a lot of times people get love confused with other things. They get love confused with sacrifice. They get love confused with
lust probably too.
lust.
Yeah, like, lots
Yeah,
of
I mean,
different
there's a
things.
number of different things,
Romance,
and when those
codependency.
things fade away, yeah,
Mhm,
codependency,
mhm.
absolutely, and but you have to be a whole person. You can't, and I think that I don't know, I don't want to generalize, but I would say a lot of times with men need to be needed.
Mm.
And I think that that kind of can become a problem because you should never need to be needed. You should want to be wanted. You should want someone to see you, see what you bring to the table, see who you are as a person, and say, you know what? I love this. You're my person. I want to see you grow. I'm in this. I'm choosing you, that kind of thing. Not I need you for something, like I need you to be the breadwinner. I need you to do, it should not be a need type of situation. And
And
I
they
think
need to be
that,
respected, right?
huh?
I always hear they need to be respected. Let me know, men in the room, you know? I've heard, like, respect is, like, a massive one,
I
um,
mean,
but it could be hard for us
listen,
sometimes because 'cause we're like, "Can't you do this? Can't you put the dishes away? Can't you do that?" Like,
my
women have a
I
tendency to get
mean,
frustrated too.
my thing is
I don't know.
respect is earned,
Oh,
you
respect is
know?
relative. Hmm.
Yeah,
I
I
always
mean,
hear that from men, meta spin, that
yeah,
respect is a major one. If,
yeah.
you feel disrespected, then it just kinda divides. But it's interesting some of the
Mhm.
things you said, because I had like a very long 6-hour conversation with Father Damien while he was like feeding me food. And I was asking him about that, like about the whole aisle 2 thing, right? Like finding love and different things. And I'm like, why do you think marriages fail? Because he counsels, obviously being a priest, a lot of marriages, right? And he mentioned that, a lot from what he's seen is that it's not based on agape love. So maybe the intention was there in the beginning, but he goes, there's different levels of love. So, like, I'm big on the 5 love languages. So he's
Mhm.
saying, he actually told me, which I learned from him, that the 5 love languages is kind of superficial in a way, even though it's good to like those things. It's not
Yeah.
based on true agape love. Yeah, you're fulfilling his needs, he's fulfilling yours, but it's not based on the real agape love. And he's like, what is that agape love? So he kind of broke it down, and he kind of gave me a different perspective on things as to why friendships don't work out, why relationships don't work out, why people turn their back. Like, we're in such a cancel culture day and age right now, where if I say something wrong, I'm totally canceled. Like, people will not like me, and unfollow and delete and block, right? And we've brought that into relationships. So I'm
Yeah.
just trying to learn, like, for myself, because obviously I haven't done all my relationships the best way either. I see my own mistakes too. So what
Right.
can you do moving forward to make relationships better with not only friends or people, coworkers, and of course, when you get in a relationship with someone, how do you make that better? Like, what do you do? Right? Because we're not perfect as human beings. We're going to fail. I'm going to fail you. And at times you can fail someone else in a friendship or relationship, right? So do you kind of think that, yeah, it should be striving more for that agape love, or what are your thoughts kind of on that, I guess?
Um,
And it's okay if you disagree, but it was just something that he kind of
um, I mean,
brought
it's
to
not that,
me. It's like, oh,
no, I don't think it's, I mean, I think that it's more than love. I think there's a lot more that's wrapped into it. I
mhm,
think that, I mean, yeah, that is definitely important. Yeah, I would say that. But I think that there are so many other things that play into it. I think sometimes past traumas can play a role as well. It sometimes past trauma can shape who you are, and it will impact how you show up when you come to a marriage or who you choose as a partner. So I think it's more than just love.
mhm,
There's a number of things that go into it. I think that sometimes um, men, well, I was going to say men, but men and women, I think sometimes we don't take the proper amount of time to figure out who we are and to heal and to look at things like, oh, yep, I was just about to say that, Meta, but look at things like alignment and being equally yoked. I think a lot of times people don't focus on those things and they don't ask the tough questions, you know? Um, yep, exactly. So, sometimes folks are unequally yoked, yes. But you'll make certain decisions and sometimes you cave, due to societal pressures and other things like that. So yeah, I mean, you definitely have to heal. And in my particular situation, we both had past traumas that played a huge role in how we showed up in the
mhm,
marriage. And so you have to be willing to take that time to look at yourself, look at your role, and look at your choices and, own them, right? Be accountable. And then say, okay, well, what am I going to do to improve myself, right? Because that's all you really, at the end of the day, that's all you have control over, right? Is who you are, how you show up, right? And then that other person has to do the same. And then after they do that, you have to decide, like, okay, well, can we still do this together?
mhm,
So yeah, sometimes the answer to that is no. And I was in a situation where I did not like how I was showing up. I did not like who I was becoming. I was losing I was becoming less and less of myself. I was making sacrifices that I should not have been making. I had a past where I did not see a whole lot of good examples of, real love and positive relationships and stuff. Most of the things that I saw tended to be abusive or
Mhm.
controlling or narcissistic, things like that. So I really didn't see a whole lot of healthy examples of love. And even if you might think that you're choosing different, sometimes it can be the same scenarios, but just in different bodies.
For sure. 100%. It's like, I don't know. It's so weird how that happens. Like, it's like the same spirit in like different
Hmm.
people, like bodies of people, which is insane. I
Yeah.
can definitely relate to that 100%.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how hard you try. You may try, like better. Okay, I'm going to try to make the right choices. Going to try to go this way, right? To have something
Hmm.
healthy, but then it could, yeah, it's interesting how the past and your background and family, like how all that can shape your reality too, even getting into relationships, right?
Yeah.
So, did you guys like do counseling or did you or like together on your own or no or
So he refused to do counseling.
mhm.
I tried several times.
Mm.
I it's funny because I'm someone who basically people look at me like they're a counselor.
Aw.
So
You do, you definitely
yeah,
have that I feel like you have that nurturing gift, I can see that, like, I can feel
thank
that
you.
from you, like, you really do, it's not just I mean, your voice definitely adds to it, and your Millie from Philly
Thank
smile, I
you.
mean, that adds to it too, but you definitely have that presence where I think if people were in your company, they would feel like things are better, right? So I feel like you really do have that gift and you should definitely utilize that, you
Thank
know,
you.
because I could see that working like really, really well for you, you know? But
Yeah. But I
yeah,
did do therapy though. I did um go into it towards the end, and then I'm still in it. I've never missed a week.
that's great.
Um and for me it's been absolutely essential. Different people have go to therapy for different things. For me it was more about identifying patterns that I saw in my life, and kind of like what I was saying earlier, one of the things that I saw is that love for me more often than not was coexisting with pain. um, and it just was not healthy examples, and just a lot of narcissism showing up in different people that I chose to be with, different family members, things like that, that all of that stuff played a role. And then just me taking all that in, and at the time being a people pleaser,
Mhm,
not
mhm,
taking the time to stop and be like, hey, this is not healthy. It was more of, okay, but I want to see you win. I want to see, like I want to see you happy. I want to see you healthy. Like the focus was always external, and being who I needed to be for people and showing up for people, and but I was neglecting myself.
mhm,
And when you neglect yourself, you lose yourself.
for sure,
Your identity starts to become external things. You
100%.
become, yeah, you become the wife that
Mhm,
he needs you to be. You become the mom that they need, but you lose you. So that was what I had to go to therapy for, was to stop and kind of take a look and go all the way back to when I was young and go through all of that and look at patterns and everything, and be able to point certain things out and decisions that I made, that I continue to make, and, pick out healthier things for myself moving forward. So, yeah, therapy was absolutely essential
that's
for me.
awesome.
And
That
it
yeah,
has been.
that's really great. We got is it I'm gonna have a
Hey, Shaq,
Shaquan
Shenanigans.
Shaka
Hey, Shaq.
yeah, I couldn't even pronounce the name. Shaquanigans?
Shenanigans.
I can't even say it.
Just
Well,
say
you know what I mean. It's like me
Shaq.
saying aluminum. I can't even say aluminum either. That's another word I can't say.
We just say
Um,
Shaq. Hey,
yeah,
Shaq.
I'm just gonna say Shaq. SNS says, which is She's writing some great statements. People pleaser, aka sacrificer.
Mm.
We got not your average white guy in the building.
Hey.
It's so true. Like, one thing I just realized I learned about people pleasing, because I'm a major people pleaser too, and I'm trying
Mhm,
to stop that. Like, I'm trying to break that pattern.
mhm,
But they say people pleasing stems from, if you come from, say, like a controlled environment or maybe a bit of a dysfunction, it's like you're
mhm,
trying to always smooth things over. So even as a kid, if you're trying to smooth over an argument, smooth over a fight, like you're just trying to make sure everyone's okay, everyone likes you, everyone's your friend, right? You're people pleasing, you're doing things that you may, you know, have no energy for, even on Twitch too, right? You may do shows, a lot of fundraisers, a lot of stuff, but you know that you should be saying no to. And it's not because you're being rude. It's just you have your own personal, like, you really need to just like take a break, right? But that's where the people pleasing comes in. You want to make sure you please everyone. And I didn't realize like how unhealthy that actually is, right?
yeah,
Like, being a major people pleaser. So that's great that you're aware of that, but I didn't realize that people pleasing was associated with how you were raised or what you grew up in. And they say people pleasers usually come from that, like maybe more of a controlled or not a very functional environment. So they try to,
yeah,
it's like they're in fight and flight, but they try to ensure that everything's smooth, like for everyone. And you can't possibly go through life, you're going to burn out and you're going
yeah,
to run on
narcissism,
empty, right? Always
yeah,
doing that. And it's just not realistic to know
mm,
that everyone in the world is going to like you, especially when you're on social media. It's not going to happen.
mm,
Um, you have to just accept that. And even what you said earlier on, like how you realized after your divorce, the people you thought would be there weren't there. It's the same thing with grief, like a funeral. Like, people just disappear on you, and you're like, what the heck? Like, the people I thought would be there should have been there. You know what I mean? But I think that's a very high measure too, because you seem like the type of person that is like, you keep friends. You would want friends for like 80 years. Like, you strike me as someone that is like a die-hard friend. Like, you're going to be a lifer. You're going to be a friend that's going to be there, you know? So when other people aren't there in the way you give out, it's kind of like the love language. It can be hurtful, right? It could be really hurtful. But I will say one quick thing that
mhm,
my father gave me the greatest advice when he said you should never have your expectations higher than your reality. And I go, well,
mm,
what do you mean by that? And he's more logical. He's way more logical than I am. I run on feeling sometimes.
mhm,
So he was telling me that life is like a bus stop. He goes, you get on that bus, you start meeting people, you connect, you have a great time, but they're like, they have to go to their next destination. They have to get off that bus. And then you're left alone on that bus. And then you're riding that bus of life. And then more people come on and then you connect with them. And then
yeah,
they also have to go or you have to leave. So he said, that even though you would want people in your corner like till you die, it's not possible because there's different seasons for life, right? And he's like, if you kind of put your expectations and your reality, not put your expectations so high on
mhm,
people, because people are lifing, people have stuff
yeah,
that they're going through, right? So
yeah,
I'm kind of I've taken his advice over the years, and it's become easier for me to kind of let go. It's still hard, but to
mhm,
allow those people to let go, like to leave your life, because there's seasons for people, right?
mhm,
And then
yeah,
when and I'm a firm believer, when God brings you to like further, when he elevates you even further in your life, whatever that may be, it's like not everyone's going to appreciate that. Not everyone's going to be cheering in your corner. Sometimes you're left alone to
yeah,
just
yeah,
work out those things.
yeah,
And at the end of our lives, it's literally going to be you and him. It's going to be no one else until the day you die. Like,
yeah,
you're only seeing him. You're not seeing anyone else, right? So I don't know. To me, that's kind of made me think that, yeah, life is like a bus stop, and it
yeah,
can feel like painful when people leave, but when you look at it as you're on the bus, you're going to meet new people. Like, look at all the people here that are in your chat. They're definitely here for you. There's a lot of people I haven't seen that I know that are supporting you, right? So, and I know they love you and got your back, and these are the people currently on that bus with you.
Yeah.
Now they may like get off at the next stop. I don't know,
Yeah.
whoever it may be in this chat, but it's like letting them go and being open to let other people in, right? So, yeah, you gave a lot of really awesome nuggets that make
Thank,
me think of that. You know,
thank
um,
you.
have you? Let's see, how long actually has it been for you? Like, how long have you been divorced? It's pretty recent, I think, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just about to go on 2 years.
2 years.
So, yeah.
Now, I don't know if this is too much of a. I'm going to ask you probably this. You said I could ask you anything, so I'm definitely going to ask
Okay.
you. But like, would you be
Thanks
open
for
to marriage or love again, or not really? Are you like cool, like I'm good, or are you actually open to that possibility again?
to marriage again or just
Like, yeah, marriage or love or just meeting someone again, like in aisle two. Like, is there a possibility that that could happen? Or are you just like, hey, girl,
um
I'm not there. I need a breather. Like, you know,
um how do I want to answer that question? Um yeah, I mean
if you don't answer the question, I'm going to magnify you like this. If you don't answer the question.
don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay, actually, I don't like being magnified. So
Don't
let's
magnify.
unmagnify each other right now. um,
Okay, I'm gonna answer the question. Um,
oh, Don says I was going to send you a cat or 10. Ooh, a cat would be nice at this point.
you can send me a cat.
My friends are like, don't turn into the cat lady, honey Flo. Get a man. Don't turn into the cat
As long as
lady.
you help me name the cat, you can send me a cat.
That's what they always tell you. So yeah, so going back
But
to that, we're not gonna
so I lead into it.
lean into a cat. I know I really want a cat. They're so cute and cuddly.
That would make my daughter happy because she loves cats. Like she sent me a cat video earlier today. Like she sends them all the time to me. So that would
Oh,
make her
brother.
day.
Meta spin. Here we go. Oh, brother. Meta
But
spin. Here we go.
hey, I might at some point because cats and dogs and just animals, period, they
So,
seem to
so
like
let's
me. They come and curl up and go to sleep. So I
let's not
don't
distract her, guys. Let's not distract her with the cats. Let's get back to the question.
know.
Let's get back to the question here.
Taylor, wait, is that what it is? Taylor?
Magnify
Is
her.
that the is
Let's see. Let's watch her, guys. Let's see.
uh
So would you be open
am I
to
gonna answer the question? Yes. Yes, I am open to it. And
hmm.
but the funny thing is that when you get divorced, a lot of times, like people always joke about, oh, I'm gonna go into a hoe phase, and I'm just gonna
Mhm.
be out there and party, and let's
I
do
could
this.
call up
And
someone that you mod for that said the exact same thing to me. Should
yeah,
I
and
call
you know
her out?
what?
Should I call
I
her
did
out,
not
guys?
do
I
any
think
of that.
she's sleeping. I think she's sleeping right now, so I could call her out. Guess who it is? Do you guys know who it is that said the exact same thing?
That would be my
She's like,
guess.
"I'm gonna have who's your guess? You mod for her."
He's-
She goes,
I
"I'm
mod
gonna."
for her, or they
Yeah,
mod for me.
I think both. She's like, "I'm gonna have a hot girl summer honey flow. I don't care. I'm gonna get out there." And I was typing away at her. No,
That sounds like
no, don't
that
do
sounds
it.
like well, I that sounds like Sandra. That
Oh,
sounds like Sandra
Sandra.
Radiate.
Sandra Radiate?
Yeah, but she would be totally
Really?
joking. But that's
Oh no, I don't see her at all like that. Oh my goodness. I learn something new every day. Do you guys have any
she would
guesses
be
who it
joking.
was? Okay, so Bladeistruth mods for her, guys. She's blowing up on Twitch. And oh man, if
I'm
I
not.
give the last hint away, you guys are gonna guess her.
Oh, I know who it is.
Who?
Diva. It's got to be
No.
Diva.
Well, I could see
What?
Diva saying that. I could definitely see her saying that.
I
No,
could
it
see
wasn't
Diva
Diva.
joking about that for sure.
I could see her doing both,
She'd be
joking and doing
joking,
it.
but
And doing it because she's a spicy little one. Let's see. No, I can't believe you guys aren't guessing this. Throw in a
Icy
guess.
Vamp? I don't know.
No, Icy
I'm just
Vamp's
trying to think of
married.
people who might joke about just, like, cracking jokes. I don't know. I don't know then.
Icy Vamp's married. Let's see. So
Yeah,
yeah,
but she
definitely.
still jokes.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
she
know. What do
does
you
joke.
think?
She does joke.
Um,
Um,
I mean, were they serious? I guess
yeah,
that's what I should ask, so
meta
then I can.
spin. Come on, you got to know this one. Okay, you guys. She was saying she's going to do a hot girl summer. She doesn't care. She's over it. And I mean, that's natural if you feel like you've been hurt or you feel you just want to get out there and you're just like, whatever, I don't care. Um, and I kept telling her, no, no, don't do it. It's going to be more detrimental to you. Meta spins like Neek. No, not Neek. Um, and you guys, after all
Next
this,
Diamond?
she's like, I had a hot
Oh.
girlfriend summer. She's like, Honey Flo, I had a hot girl summer, not a hot, or I had a hot girlfriend summer, not a hot girl summer. So she's like, I took your advice. I decided to go for a hot girlfriend summer.
Oh, I
And
know.
she just
Okay.
got engaged. This should give it away. Come on, guys. You guys gotta do
Oh,
better
I
at
know.
guessing.
Okay, yeah, I know. Okay.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
Dawn
I
Corian
know
got
who
it.
you're talking about.
So it was nerd, and I'm not trying to call her out, but
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
she's
I
sleeping,
remember that
so
now.
she can send a
Mhm.
message in the morning. It was Nerd Chris. It was Nerd Chris. So you never know. You never
Mm,
know what life is gonna bring you,
yeah.
And she decided not a hot girl summer, and look it. Now she's
Mhm.
engaged to another Twitcher. It's like, wow, so you never know. So you said you would be open to dating. Are you dating anyone right now?
No, no. I listen,
You guys, are you
when
guys
I
watching her
told you,
eyeballs?
like,
Are you seeing
I
if her eyes are shifting? Ask her again.
no, like,
You're not dating
absolutely
anyone? You
not.
see
Like, why
that
are you
eye? You
zooming
see her
in?
eye?
Like,
See
what?
her
No,
eye switching over there?
no.
As soon as I asked her, her eyeballs went like that.
No,
Okay.
absolutely not. Like,
No, you're not.
okay, listen, I'm gonna put it out there. Like I said, I did not go through a whole phase, hot girl summer, any of that. Like, I did absolutely nothing. Like, I really
Mhm.
took time for myself, but then I also was going through other things. I was
Yeah,
grieving
for sure.
people,
Definitely.
like
Yeah, it's a lot.
grieving. So no, I didn't do any of that stuff. And I haven't done a thing. Like,
Would you ever be open to meeting someone on Twitch, like dating someone, say that it's a DJ or someone on Twitch or anything like that?
oh, these questions.
I know. Now this is getting spicy.
Okay, so I'll say this. I had never had a crush in my life ever
Really?
until after I got divorced.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, I have had two crushes, two crushes, and they're on Twitch, and that's all you're getting.
Yeah, I've had 2 Twitch crushes too. That's all you guys are getting too. But if you tell me one, then I may possibly tell you one. If you tell me one, I'll tell you. I'm not gonna everyone in the room knows them,
I'm
so I
not
don't really know if
telling.
I wanna tell them. Yeah, but the problem is they're both married, so that doesn't work. So I don't think I wanna say anything.
They're
Yeah.
not married.
Oh,
But
he's quit
no, I am not
they're
giving it
not
away.
married? Well,
Mm-mm.
let's see who's in our room right now. Is Gemini married? I know Mr. Aladdin House isn't married. Who else is in our room out of the men? Let's call them out. And they're Twitchers. V Crook isn't married, but he's not.
Mhm.
He's not.
I know, right? Meta may possibly tell
Mr.
you.
Aladdin House. Hmm? Oh, tell me, Meta. Tell me. Tell me.
Mm.
There are two. There. Yeah. So, no, I get it. It's
So
okay.
I'm
You don't
gonna
have
I'm
to tell
gonna
me.
throw you a curveball.
Mm-hmm.
So I never said what the gender was.
Oh. Oh wow. You never said what. Okay. Now this is getting even more spicier. Yeah, you're right. I guess I just assumed. So then, I bet are they in the room right now? Meta.
Oh, I'm not saying. That's all you get.
Okay. Now my face is turning red. Okay.
Mhm.
Metaspin. Let's
That's all
see.
you
Yeah, we
get.
got Metaspin. We got well, Icy Vamps married Dawn. We don't know Dawn's status. Let's see. Anyways, oh,
You're really trying to guess.
Icy Vamps like I know who it's not. Um, oh, Gemini's like, well, I did do a dating show, Gemini. I did do.
Right, trying to be Miss Dating Game.
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, honey
I just
flo,
want people to be happy. It's really
I'll
like
say this. I'll say this.
mhm,
Like a lot of times people think that Virgos have high standards, and it's not really that. It's just a lot of it has to do with how I view life and how I value time and energy. And that's like one of the things that has come out since I've been divorced is that, oh God, really? I just saw what he said.
I could see him getting
Wow.
all mad. Don't say by name. Why? It's fun to
Sound like
say.
a Jedi mind trick or something? Like what?
I don't
What?
know. I was just joking. Come on. You guys, I'm not serious.
But
Seriously.
but yeah, okay, yes, yes. I mean, it's not that we're I mean, yeah, we are picky, but here, this is what I'll say just about me. I think that time is one of the most precious things that you can ever give to someone. It truly is a gift. So I value and honor time and energy, the time I give to other people, and then the time and energy that they give to me. That is truly a gift, right? So
Mhm.
if I'm going to give my time to someone, they have to be worth it,
Hmm.
And I think that a lot of times people nowadays, the views that I have on love just kind of seem to be a little archaic because nowadays, from what I've seen, is that people feel they have the illusion of choice. You know, with the internet and all that, there's so many
100%.
different options out there, right? But
Mhm.
options don't necessarily mean good options.
But I feel like
So,
everyone's guilty of that. Like, if we're on dating apps, we say, "Oh, yeah, we want this," and then we're like, swipe, 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 you know what I mean?
exactly.
Like, it's just like
Exactly.
but it becomes so much if you have, like, hundreds in your inbox and you're just like and any woman literally has hundreds in their inbox, like, doesn't
Yeah.
matter
See,
what you
I've
look like.
never done a dating app and I
Oh, I don't
never
think you
will.
want to,
Yeah.
seriously.
That's
Um,
not my thing. Like
no,
I'm old school, like pick up the phone and call,
but I don't
But
feel like people do that these
a lot of
days.
people won't even approach me though, honey Flo. Like
Oh, they
people
don't?
no,
I would
no,
think
not
an
in that way.
introvert
Like I
too,
get
right?
sometimes I get people who are inappropriate,
Mhm.
but as far as being real, people don't look at me like that.
'Cause I feel like
Guys,
you could be taken. I feel like you give a look like my other friends that look like they're taken. Like you're
no,
about your go
I
about your
don't know.
business,
I
and
mean,
I think that's what it is. I don't think it's 'cause they
I
don't
don't
wanna
think
approach
so,
you.
honey Flo. Like, I mean, I'm gonna tell you what it is. Like, guys, when they look at me, they look at me like, "Oh wow, you're so different. You're so dope. You have this energy and all that." And then they're just like, "Oh, you're a gamer. You'll play Call of Duty with me. Oh, you know sports. Oh wow, you're like one of the guys."
You're like
So
the
they look at
homegirl.
me like, yeah, like one of the guys, or they come to me because they need something. They need advice or, something like that so that they can go and be a better man to someone else.
So
Like
maybe
that's
you're
what I
around too
get.
many maybe you give too many, like, homegirl vibes, you know what I mean?
I
I
do.
get it. I get that all the time too. Guys are like, "Oh, you're so great. Oh, you're so this, you're so that,"
Yeah.
whatever. And then they don't follow up. They're lazy. That's what
Yeah.
they are. All lazy. Just joking, guys.
And they don't, I mean, from what I've seen as far as how guys present themselves to me, I am a love out loud kind of person.
Mhm.
Like I don't believe in being loved in whispers.
Oh,
And I think a lot of people are like that. Like they might try and rock with you privately, but they
yeah.
won't rock with you publicly.
You
They
see
won't
that a
support
lot
you.
on Twitch. I feel like you see that a lot
Yeah,
on Twitch. I've
you
had guys
absolutely
DM me
do.
and they're just like, "Oh,
Mhm.
I'm really shy, honey Flo. I'm really shy and red." Like, meanwhile, they're like
See,
rubbing baby oil on them and everything, and they're just like, "Oh, well, that's just a persona." And I'm like,
yeah.
"I know you're not shy. Like, quit." confronting, right? They're like, "No, no one ever approaches me. No one ever looks at me in real life." I'm like, "Okay, you have like 100 women on your show right now. Like, give me a break, you know?" Uh, maybe it could be
But my thing
possible.
is just make your intentions known. You know what I mean? Like I am that's why my name is Bladeistruth. Like I'm gonna give you the truth. If you ask me, I'm gonna tell you. But like I think a lot of times people don't really want to walk in their truth. And so if you're someone that's like that, you're automatically a no for me. You know, if you aren't honest about who you are and your intentions, that's an absolute quick no for me.
Okay, the icy vamp called that one, and you know what? A
Don't
part of
believe
me
fresh.
a part of me actually believed him. Okay, she called him out. She knew exactly who I'm talking one of them I'm talking about. Um, yeah. You'd be like, "Oh, I'm so shy. Women don't approach
Icy
me in
vamp
real
won't tell
life.
it.
They don't like my height. I'm only 5'9". I'm short." And I was actually believing it until I saw him come out on his shows. I'm like, "I don't believe anything you say." Oh, man. Yeah, that's what I mean. I feel like I don't know about you because I know you're now, like, when you're ready to get out in the dating world, but I feel like my problem is, like, men emulate, like, values, but they're not about that, but they'll emulate, like, to me, that they're all about this, but they're
Yeah,
not, you know what I mean? And so then you don't
yeah,
really know who they are. It's like they're putting a mirror
yeah.
image to you saying, "Oh, yeah, I definitely want, like, marriage, and I want" like, they say all the right things, but it's just not but then they want the hot girl, right? They want a hot
And
girl. Is it a
see,
hot boy
yeah,
summer? They want a hot boy
that's an
summer.
absolute no for me, honey flow,
Like, I
because
can't
I'm able to read people, you know?
Oh, yeah,
So
you're
if
able to read them right away?
yeah, so you can't come to me just any kind of way, you
Well,
know, because I'm gonna see through that.
I need
And
to learn
yeah,
that from
it's a
you.
no
I need to
for me.
learn that from you. I don't know how you read them right away. What happens if they're really, really smooth with it? Like, the
Yeah.
words, like, everything, you know? It's sometimes you don't know who someone really is until after a year later, right? Or they're
Yeah.
just like, "Well, I never wanted marriage. I didn't want kids. I was just trying." You know, it's just like, why would you try that hard for so long? Like, just find a woman that, you know, that doesn't have certain requirements, and that'll it's much easier that way, right? But I think they like the challenge, you know? Oh, sometimes more than a year. I feel you, meta spin.
I was trying to
Anyway,
send that to Meta, but oh my god, that's hilarious.
so
There we go.
that's what am I the only woman that runs into this? Like, do you guys ever run into this? You know, and I'm not trying to, like, dog any
What,
of you.
misrepresentation?
Yes,
Like,
like,
yeah,
there's lots
yeah,
of great men, there's lots or
absolutely.
you'll have men in your DMs and they keep whispering you, but then they do that to every woman. Like, my mod is like, "Oh my gosh, this guy keeps DMing me." I'm like, "Oh, he's doing the same thing to me." It's like,
I'm
that doesn't make you
listen,
feel
they
very
don't do that
special.
with me. They don't do that with me, honey flo. Like they don't approach me. They don't. Like they're different with me. They come more like hey, um we can be friends, whatever, and they'll use that as an angle. I get more people that try angles with me. I get
Oh.
that more than anything. They're not straight up direct, like, hey, I'm interested in you. I don't get that.
Yeah,
Like
because
I
maybe they're scared. Maybe they're scared, like, to, actually say that to you, right?
Yes, Meta, that right there, representatives. And yeah, I'm not for that. Like, I'm going to be honest and I want that back, like I don't want a representative. Show me you. But most people like to hide behind a mask. They don't want you to see who they are, whether they're scared that once you do see it, you might run away or not be interested or whatever. But yeah, people like to wear masks.
Do you feel like you see that it's a lot online? Because my real-time friends always say, like, "Look, I know you seem to think that everyone's cool and everyone's whatever online." They're like, "Man, a lot of these people are just putting on personas. Like, if you met them in real life,
Yeah.
they wouldn't be who who they actually are." So a lot of my friends think that this whole world that we're in right now is, you don't really know the person until you really see them real time. What do you guys think? Because we've connected with people in real time here, and it seems pretty natural because we have that connection, right? But do you think people are really real, like, or, as they would be in real time compared to here, like online?
Men, no. Women,
Oh,
yes.
you think
Um,
women? Yes, I don't
yeah.
know.
You know what the funny thing is? I've had more women approach me than guys after I got divorced. Like, and that kind of shocked me. I'm like, oh, wow, okay. But yeah, like I think women are more forthcoming for sure. Like,
I don't think I don't know. I think I'm gonna be on the man side today. I don't know if I feel women are as forthcoming
oh,
as
I think so for sure. Like, in what their interests are. Oh yeah, I think so. Not, I mean, compared to guys.
with their interests are, with their interests.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I've had a few online too. I'm like, "Oh, I don't even know how to deal with this because 'cause I'm interested in men." So, for me, I'm like, "Oh, when someone calls you pudding," I'm like, "What does that mean when they keep calling you pudding?" I'm calling up my friend, "What does it mean when another woman keeps calling you pudding?"
not
To
funny.
me, it just feels a bit weird, and then my friends start laughing because they just think I really don't know anything, and then they tell me, and I'm
I
like,
don't either.
"No, I had no idea, I had no idea."
I wouldn't know
You know?
that either.
I'm like, "She was married before, I had no idea she was into," you know, yeah, and I was like, "Oh, maybe that's why she was so interested in teaching me how to DJ and do all these lessons one-on-one with her." I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know this." Anyways, you guys will teach me. You guys will teach me. I don't know all these things. Um, let's see. Yes, so not your average
Oh,
that's
that's
how I
interesting.
feel.
You
Not
feel
your
you
average white
feel
guy. I've met some great Twitchers too that were pretty authentic. I agree. I feel like maybe your
huh.
other friends don't understand this world as much as we do. So I've met some good people on here, lots of great people. Um,
Mm,
let's see. Yes, exactly what Don said. I think people that haven't found community online don't really understand it. I've met a lot of authentic people in this space. Yes, I definitely agree with that. Um, so yeah, so that's interesting. Well, maybe
I met
maybe
some. I mean, I've had to go through some interesting situations, but of course, Meta, of course. Wow.
oh my god,
Wow. That's all I'm
DJing,
saying
that has been DJing. Gee,
to that.
oh man.
Say to
Um,
that is
my
wow.
face is turning red here, red
I
right
mean,
now.
I don't know. Honeyflow, Twitch is an interesting space to me. I
It
mean,
definitely is.
I liken Twitch to like the Wizard of Oz.
Really?
Yes, when you first come onto Twitch, you're just like, oh, this is so lovely. All the people in the chat are like the munchkins, and life is good and all that. And you know, you start going a little further, you get, closer to the wizard, which is a streamer, then it can get interesting at that point.
Yeah, I've definitely learned a lot from you guys on Twitch. Whew. I didn't know a lot of things existed. I think I was in a bubble before, so until I came
Mm.
on Twitch, I was like, "Oh, I'm learning
Meta.
and realizing lurking on all you guys, like Meta stream, lurking
Yeah.
when you guys don't know I'm there, or going
Okay.
under Gonzalez or Mamacita and you don't know it's me and me watching you at 2 or 3 in the morning what you guys are saying. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
definitely learned a
Yeah.
lot. Oh, anyways, well, we will definitely see. I'm definitely rooting for you. I mean, that's awesome that you've, you know, I know it's a lot of change and a lot of stuff to go through, but that's great that you're open and you've, done therapy and counseling and just trying to push forward and it's day by day, right? And I
Yeah.
really appreciate you just like sharing your story because I know it takes courage to do that.
Thank you.
And I know you've helped. I know there's people on this chat that have very similar stories to you. So just by opening up your story, you never know how you're going to touch or help someone else, right?
Thank you.
And I can't wait. I can't wait for your aisle two. We'll see what that aisle two story is. I'm glad you're not like, no, like usually people after divorce, they're like, oh, heck no, I'm never getting married. And it's funny when they say that because those are the first to get married. I always smile because they're always like so jaded and they're like, I'm going to have a hot girl summer. I'm going to do this and I don't care. And then boom, within like a year, they're like remarried. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I
maybe
don't
I
know.
should start saying that. That way I can
No
get
hot
married.
girl summer for me, just because I look at intimacy different.
Yeah,
Like,
so do I, for sure.
that's a gift. That's something special. That's energy,
Mhm.
and I don't take that lightly. So, and then I'm actually going to be the first time I say this on stream, but I'm Demi. So because of that, like connection is has to be there. Like it's essential. I have to have connection. So and you can't really be, all hot girling and whatever. And that and connection doesn't really jive. So yeah,
Yeah. I
I'm
feel like
someone
it kind of
I'll wait for what's right,
yeah. I feel like it could kinda hurt well, I don't know, people will disagree with me, I'm sure, in this chat, but, like, I feel like once you start learning about so many different things and becoming more self-aware, it actually, like, hurts your soul more, you know what I mean? Like, just jumping, getting involved, hooking up, this and that.
Mhm.
I mean, that's natural when I think when you've been hurt and you're just like, "Whatever, I don't care, 2 can play this game," right? But
Mhm.
I feel like it just always kind of backfires in the end, and, you're left picking up the pieces and then putting those pieces back together. Because if you look at all the dating shows, I don't know if you watch Kendra G, I watch her sometimes in a few dating shows, or the
Mm.
popping of the balloons, like, it's a hot mess out there, like a
Yeah,
real hot mess,
yeah,
and everyone is like on to the next, on to the next. As soon as they're finished with the first, then they're on to the second, third, fourth, fifth. Like it never ends, right?
yeah.
So
That's right.
by then what? You see another beautiful face or body, and then you've moved on to the next. I don't
Yeah.
know. Anyways, I just feel like it definitely doesn't do that. No meta spin. We're not going to let you do it. do that. Um,
Okay.
Yeah, let you do it. I know I
On that
interviewed her
matter.
recently. She's a little spicy one. I think she wants to do more than a hot girl summer. I'm like, "No." I'm
Now
gonna say
that's one space I have a drop in right there is Meta's,
she's funny.
that one's rather interesting.
Yeah, she was good. Oh, yeah, did you see what she said she wanted to do? I'm like,
Mhm.
"No, no, don't." Just wanna grab her from the camera. "No, medicine, no."
Okay.
Anyways, but honestly, I don't judge everyone has their choices in life, right?
Yeah.
And everyone, whatever they decide to do, it's their choice.
Mhm.
You have to deal with whatever consequence comes from that, right? So I'm with you that it's good to really get to know someone and say
Yeah.
no to hot girl summers. I don't care what city girls is it city girls? I don't care what they rap about or whatever they do. Don't listen. Anyways, but I just wanted to say thank you so much for joining me as well. Is there
Thank you for
maybe you can
having me.
yeah, maybe you can give them, the times, when you're doing your shows, like, when you're on, so they could actually catch you, and make sure everyone in the room is adding Bladeistruth, you guys. She's super dope as well and does a great gaming show, and, will shoot them up. She'll be taking some guns and shooting everyone on the games as well with her sweet voice. So, yeah, maybe let everyone know when you're on, like, your shows and the times.
Mhm. Yeah, that's a tough question to answer because 'cause I've been off for a while, but, I plan on streaming this weekend. I usually put, when I'm streaming in my Discord or on IG. So yeah, just kinda keep a lookout for that, but I plan on streaming this weekend, either Friday or Saturday, so
Okay. I'd
mhm.
love to I think you would be fun to because 'cause I've had the guys on my dating show, like, I'm not putting contestants on, but I think you would be so much fun just chopping it up, like, if I play some clips, balloon clips or some of those dating clips, and you give whatever your opinion is on them, would you ever be
Yeah,
open to something like that?
sure.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah, I think you would definitely be fun, and I need more women, like, coming on as well, so, yeah,
What
so we'll
what
definitely
exactly would I be doing? Like
well, it's just like, for example, I had Diamond Lee and, I think I saw It's Fab Forte in the room earlier here. How you doing, Kiki? I see you as well. So I just have people come on and we just chop it up about, like well, I guess we wouldn't about dating because 'cause you're not dating yet, but, like, maybe, I would play some clips, like those. Have you seen those popping the balloon clips?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have. I
So I
have.
would play some of
Mhm.
them. I would play maybe Kendra G, some outrageous, funny
Okay.
clips about men and women, and
Mhm.
then you just kinda give your opinion about it, like, "What do you think?" You know? Or, "Where
Okay.
would this go?" With
I can do
Diamond Lee, yeah, I gave him more of a harder time too because he's having a hot boy summer.
it.
He
Okay.
got divorced too after 16 years, like yourself, so, like,
Yeah.
I get it, we've had lots of conversations, lots of friction between us 2 online, but I get where he's at, but he's like, "I'm
Okay.
having a hot boy summer," so
I
he's
can
there
I
right
can do
now.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but when we were on, we were giving our opinions because he was out there, like,
Mhm.
dating different women and getting out there, and
Okay.
I'm just
Yeah.
like, "No, don't do it, Diamond
Mhm.
Lee." So we were kind of best friends from that on,
Wow,
you know?
okay.
Yeah, but, I mean, your opinion is your opinion, you don't have to
Yeah.
no one has to agree with me, so, but anyways, okay, so, if I don't know if you can see, but if there's anywhere you would like to raid into, we could raid
Mm,
into them,
well, let's take a look.
and thank you guys for joining me, I appreciate it, hope you guys learned a lot more about Bladeistruth. You guys are adding her, connecting with her as well, and, watching some of her new shows coming up and her ideas that she's got too. So
Mhm.
definitely support her.
Oh, I know exactly where I wanna go.
Mhm.
We gotta go see my boo, Special Says.
Okay, I don't even think I know. Let's see here.
Special Says. I'll put it in the chat.
Just trying to look them up. Are they a gamer?
Put it in the chat. Yeah, yeah. She's doing Seeing Sounds, and, oh, man, that is such a vibe, like, I don't know where she finds this music, but she just finds music that you never heard before, and it's always dope, and she's just such a yeah, it's a weekly music show, and she just has such
Oh,
a
Special
nice
Says.
vibe. Yeah, just
Okay.
beautiful energy,
Isn't she out of
like
LA? Oh, yeah, I know who she is, but I didn't
yeah, she's
recognize
so
her.
dope.
Did she change her name? I didn't recognize that.
No, I don't think so.
Hmm,
I don't
maybe I
know, but
oh,
yeah,
okay.
she's so
She's very
dope.
knowledgeable, like, with
Yes,
different things.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
awesome. Alright, so
I love being there.
yes, from the
That's
Bay
fun.
Area. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
that's
like
where
a
you find me now. I only stick around safe spaces now, so that's where you find me on Twitch. The
no, I
safe
hear you.
spaces.
Yeah, I definitely hear you. I'm looking for new streamers too, like, just different people as well,
Yeah,
online with my new page. It's been good kind of exploring. I really like her. She's super dope.
yeah.
Um, okay, guys, so we are gonna go to Special Says. Make sure you guys stick around for the raid, and,
Yes, Amanda, it is safe in your chat.
make sure you guys add her, add Bladeistruth. There's my raid out message as well. Thank you guys for joining me. Appreciate salute to all you guys. Next week I got DJ Tom Tom out of Texas. And then when we do the dating show, I'm definitely bringing Bladeistruths back because maybe when I bring her in, maybe she'll already be on a few dates. We'll see.
Oh
But
my.
if anyone
I
knows
mean,
her two
they
Twitch
gotta approach
channels,
me, Honey Flo. Nobody approaches me.
I think
Uh,
it's because I feel like because you look like you're taken. I feel like you have
I
that.
do.
You exude
I don't
that
know, Chad. Do
presence.
I give off taken vibes? Like,
I feel like you exude that. Yeah. So
oh,
now we gotta see the
hey, Dr. Daddy Priest. Hey,
flirty
Kiki.
we gotta see the flirty vibes from you then too.
Flirting vibe. Okay, well, you know
So when you're
one of my
shooting
names is an operator, right?
so when you're shoo well, yeah, that's true. Um, so when you're shooting them up, then just kind of flirt with them. Just be like, "Ooh, do you need any help shooting that person too?" Or I don't know. Flirt with whoever you have on your
Oh,
show.
Meta said calm vibes or taken vibes. Oh, is that what it is? I'm too calm. I need to bring
No, I
chaos.
don't think it is. I don't think it's, there's just some women that look like they're taken.
Hey,
I don't know
Diva.
how to explain it. Even myself, I gotta figure that one out too. Alright,
Here's
so
my
let's
boo, Diva929.
how you doing,
She
Diva?
she
Good
might
to
not
see
have
you.
heard me. I gotta say it again.
Oh, we
Hey,
got
Diva.
Agent 94 productions as well in the building. All right. Thank you guys for joining me. Let's go to Special Says and support her as well. And thank you again for coming on the show, sharing your story.
Thank
Bless
you.
up to you as well. It was great.
Thank
I
you for
appreciate.
having me. I appreciate you. And thank
Yeah,
you, everybody, for coming through. Like all my mods, all the streamers that I stream for, y'all are absolutely dope. All my friends, thank you guys for coming through. My family, my sister, like I love all of y'all. Love all of y'all. Thank you. Like I
yeah.
appreciate y'all. Thank you
Shoot,
so
my it says action cannot be taken from this phone. How do I raid? This girl looks.
What?
Do you know how to raid Special Says? It's not
Yeah,
working.
you gotta do the slash mark raid space and then the name without the
Special Says.
um yeah.
Let's
Oh,
see.
is it going?
Oh, is it
Uh,
going? It said that it's not. Or let's see here.
yeah, I don't even know. Let's see. I'm not even in it. Let me go back.
All
Yep,
right.
it is.
Oh, it's going? Oh, okay,
Yeah,
perfect. Oh, it is? It's not
yep.
showing. That's weird.
Yeah, it
Okay.
looks like it's going. So thank you guys. I
Okay, thank you
appreciate
guys.
y'all.
Thanks for coming through, you guys. Make sure you hit the follow tab on
Love y'all.
Bladeistruth as well. We got Metaspin, Mr.
Man,
Ladenhouse, Diva99,
Thomas,
Psalmist, Hobbs,
Eva, Dawn,
Dawn, yeah, Diva, this girl Xtina,
Shaq, Latin,
Kent,
Gemini, Kent,
Kent, Mister as well,
Hobbs,
Shaq.
all of
Oh yeah.
y'all.
A DJ called Quest that I proposed to, and he declined my
Yep.
proposal. Miss Black. All right, here, let's see. Oh, I think it just went
Yep.
through. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna try one more time,
It went,
and
unless you want to do it again.
yeah, I'll just do it one quickly again as well. Yeah, so if I ever make the Chicago group, I'm hoping to this summer. I'll definitely message you. Hopefully, you could
Okay.
uh, be there as
Yeah.
well,
It's
and
just
I
a few
will
hours
show
drive.
up.
So yeah.
I am going to show up in the cop uniform. Don't tell the rest of them, but I
Okay.
definitely
I
will do
won't. And now I can't guarantee what the rest of the stream is gonna do since they know.
Can you imagine? I don't know what they would do if they actually thought like it was. I don't know what
Mhm.
they'd say or do to me, but I'm gonna walk in there and try to do it on one of
Yeah.
the groups and mess with them. So that'll be fun. Okay, see ya, Tilt. All right, so we'll do one more raid. I think it's kind of going through.
Okay.
Yeah, and thanks for sticking around 2 hours and 40 minutes with me.
Yeah. No, again, thank you for having me. I just appreciate it. Like this is cool. This is fun.
Yeah, for sure. So, okay, well, have a great night. Be in
You
touch.
too.
Message me when you, if you jump on your shows, like back on your show, so I could try to
Okay.
catch them more too, as well.
So do you record these like if people like wanted to be able to like watch it back or
Oh,
something?
yes. So it's going to be on this channel for 90 days on Twitch.
Oh,
Check it out because you'll see the comments if you miss them. And then
yeah.
YouTube and Facebook, it's on as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. I
okay.
was just curious. Okay. So yeah, I'll check it out.
All right, for sure. Okay, well, have a
Thank
great night.
you.
We'll talk
You
soon.
too. All
Okay,
right. Take care.
bye.
Bye.